Night football tonight featuring two of the most respected coaches in the game. Chuck Knox, first of the Bills, 10th season. The Jets, the Lions, the Rams, and the Bills. The molder of the ground game. Number 20, the brilliant one from Auburn, Joe Cribbs, led by number 67, whom you just saw, the blocking of Reggie McKenzie. And so Buffalo has offensive weapons too. But the opponent, one of the greatest coaches of our time, of all time, Don Shula, tonight, seeking his 200th regular season career victory. Developing David Woodley out of LSU, likes the way he scrambles, says there. And developing, too, the 50-year man from Penn State, Jimmy Cefalo, the wide receiver. But Shula has done something else. He has done a new thing in pro football. He has brought in the great reliever and developed him for that very purpose. The Bruce Sutter of the National Football League, Don Strock. So tonight, it's the Dolphins. A
Goodyear Blimp Enterprise. It's a perfect night for football. And we're live from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills battling the Miami Dolphins. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by Datsun, who invites you to test drive the exciting new Nissan Pulsar NX at your Datsun dealers. And by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. Fran Gifford, along with Howard Cosell and Fran Tarkenton. And Howard, quickly warm up your size 7 1/8 computer and run down the overall AFC picture for us.
We'll try to simplify it for you. Those 5 teams have clinched playoff berths. Miami is in blue to emphasize that it's an important game for them tonight. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go on. These teams are still eligible. Buffalo in blue, if they win tonight, they clinch a playoff berth. So a critical game for the Bills. And then those teams eliminated. Now, why is tonight important for Miami? If they can win tonight, win their next game, they get the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Skipper, we're ready for the kickoff.
And we will try to explain why a little later on, because at the moment, as you saw, the Raiders on top of the AFC with a 7-1 mark. They'll play San Diego next Sunday. Set to go. The Bills will kick off. The Dolphins will receive. Efren Herrera to put it in play. That's Fulton Walker. A year ago, he returned one 90 yards against the Bills for a touchdown. The man could fly. Set to go. Big game for both ball clubs in a 9-game season. Herrera. High kick that carries into the end zone. Deep for Herrera. Fulton Walker will stay there. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And we'll watch as David Woodley opens for the Miami Dolphins. I say open because if you follow these Dolphins, you know that they'll switch around. If he's not going well, they'll bring in Don Strock, as they did last week, who engineered a victory over the Jets. The offensive line, solid offensive line. They move people in and out according to condition. Of course, Tony Nathan will be in there much of the time. When it's a passing situation, they'll bring in a Tommy Vigorito. There they are. Kutchenberg, a veteran who's gone to the Pro Bowl, as both a guard and a tackle for these Dolphins over his 13 years. Woodley looks it over, 1st and 10, 20-yard line for the Miami Dolphins. 2 tight ends are in, Hardy 84, Lee 86, and Andre Franklin is taken behind the line of scrimmage. It was Chris Keating from his inside linebacking position. And let's take a look at that 3-man front that the Bills will show you much of the time. One of the best in the business on the nose tackle, Fred Smirlis. Isaiah Robertson, he'll stay in there against the pass, better against the pass than the run. A couple of youngsters in the middle, Keating and Marv. All in all, a solid defensive team. Fran, the Bills, questionable perhaps offensively. 2nd down and 12 following the loss of 2. Tony Nathan, single setback. He wears 22. From the 18. Woodley has the time, and coming out of the backfield is Nathan. He gets back and just over the original line of scrimmage where it will be 3rd and 9.
What we have here, Gip, are the 2 highest rated defensive football teams there are in Buffalo and Miami. The 2 quarterbacks, Woodley and Ferguson, are the 2 lowest rated passers in football. Obviously, the trouble with both teams is instability at the quarterback position.
Ferguson, since the strike was ended, has thrown 1 touchdown pass. He's had 12 interceptions. And they have suffered, and tonight is a critical game for the Buffalo Bills at 4 and 3. 3rd down and 9. Out of the shotgun is David Woodley. Flag is down. Woodley fires. Gets it into Vigorito, who would have the 1st down, but again, a flag is down. Referee tonight is Dick Jorgensen. He'll be chatting with us.
Number 67, offense.
Bob Kutzenberg moving prematurely on the left side, and a first down will be negated. They'll bring it back. Well, now I don't know. They've marked the ball inside the 30, which would be short of the first down and bring up a fourth. And
Offense, still third down.
Buffalo takes the penalty, so it will be third down and 14. And now you see the changes for Buffalo. They take out 3 linebackers, Keating, Marv, Parker. They bring in Chris Williams, and they bring in Lamar Parrish. And for the Dolphins, they bring in Joe Rose. He is the receiving tight end. Vigorito in the backfield, number 32, the receiving back out of the backfield. Woodley going for Rose. And a collision downfield on an uncatchable ball, no flag. Steve Freeman, good position on Joe Rose. The ball thrown on the opposite side of Rose, uncatchable.
It was not catchable, Giff, and really they could have called offensive pass interference against Rose because he knocked Steve Freeman down. The fans here kind of looked at it the other way, but that's the way it was, Howard.
Yes. Orison on fourth down. Robert Holt is dropping, and depending upon the kick, Buffalo ought to have good field position because Holt has positioned himself at his own 43-yard line. Orris, a high kicker, not a long kicker. Second-year man out of Ohio State. It hangs up, doesn't turn over, and this will be Holt from the 42. Good coverage, and he gets away from the first Dolphin. And then is hammered to the turf near the 37-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10. The Buffalo Bills, Joe Ferguson comes out on the year. He's 52.2%. And one other thing we might point out at the very top as we look at Ferguson, the Bills have not won a game in the Orange Bowl since 1966.
First game.
The man that could help them right there, Joe Cribbs, Mr. Versatility for the Bills. Offensive line.
They face tradition. They face a history of failure against the Dolphins. In the series, 26, 6-1, the Dolphins lead. Incredible.
First down 10, 37-yard line of the Buffalo Bills, their first possession. Cribbs, big hole. Look out, and Joe Cribbs could go all the way. There's a sprint for the end zone. And Cribbs will win the sprint. First play, right side over Joe Devlin. John Borchardt, big gaping hole. Touchdown, Buffalo.
No problem for Ferguson there, Fred.
Well, can you believe that this will break tradition in a hurry?
Yes, indeed.
Simple handoff, zone block, and there's Reggie McKenzie coming around and throwing a block. There's Leaks throwing a block, and then it's a foot race between Don McNeil. Here comes Gerald Small. He almost catches him from the back, but he didn't.
63-yard touchdown for Joe Cribbs. Very first play of the game, and you're right, you picked it up. Reggie McKenzie pulling from the left side. Key block.
He's the key. The Juice remembers him well.
Herrera for the conversion. Dolphin fans, sellout crowd stunned by an electrifying 63-yard touchdown run. Joe Cribbs and the Bills on the scoreboard. They lead 7-0.
And the longest run of Joe Cribbs' professional career. So as we said at the top of the show, the Bills have offensive weapons too. We'll be right back. That's number 20, Joe Cribbs out of Auburn. Joe, I know Ralph Wilson, your owner, isn't here tonight. Laid up sick just a few miles north of here. But I know you want more money, and you just proved you may be entitled to it.
Ralph will love to hear that.
Right.
Holden Walker deep once again for Miami. He was there a short while ago, as you recall. Herrera to kick off. Bills out on top, 7-0. Flag is down. The Bills were offside of the kickoff. Walker should take a chance no matter what, and he does not. Apparently not seeing the flag. One would suspect the Bills will be backed up and kick from the 30. They were way ahead of Herrera on the kickoff.
1 point, Giff, as we start this game. Listen to the penalty. The Buffalo Bills have the win at their back. It's a pretty strong win. They need to score points while they have the win at their back. If you saw the kickoff go out of almost out of the end zone.
Offside, number 51, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Wind or no wind, Fran, I've never seen Herrera get this distant. To me, Herrera has been a consequential pass receiver in the Jack Patera scheme of things.
Well, he threw passes. He caught passes from faking field goals, and he's done it here with Buffalo already.
The bank president is our referee, Frank. Calm, composed man.
And a good one, he is.
If you're in the banking business, you've
Been
got
around
to be
many years.
calm and composed.
They back it up 5 from the 30-yard line now for Herrera. It should give Walker an opportunity to exercise his speed, and he's got it. Stunning 63-yard touchdown run. First play from the line of scrimmage for the Bills, and the Bills on top 7-0. Not an absolute must game, but a loss tonight will put the Bills in pretty tough shape. They play New England at New England next Sunday. Fulton Walker at the goal line. Herrera again with that breeze that Fran spoke of. Kicking off. This time he does not get under it. Walker from the 4-yard line. And Walker works his way out over the 30-yard line at the 32-yard line. Lou Picone defensively there for the Bills, and we'll see Miami now for their second possession of the night. 12:36 remaining in the first quarter, and already the Bills on the scoreboard.
As we await Woodley and the Dolphins offense here, it's interesting to note, Howard, that David Woodley is the only starting quarterback in the National Football League that has not thrown for at least 200 yards a game. That's an incredible statistic.
Woodley, of course, not the most accurate of throwers. When the Dolphins get in a situation like that, they'll bring in Don Strock, but he gives them that extra dimension because he is the second leading rusher on the Dolphins. 32-yard line. Hardy in motion. Flag is down as Nathan tries the left side and gets about 4 out to the 38-yard line.
We'll await the call, but offside.
Bills offside.
Buffalo encroachment. But Tony Nathan is healthy for the first time this season. He's had a good practice this week. There is one of my guys. What a coach.
What a turnaround he did when he came from the Rams to Buffalo. Came in 1978. Here's our call now from Dick.
Encroachment, number 62, defense, still first down.
Big strong side linebacker Irvin Parker had his nose across the line of scrimmage. Down remains the same, so it's first down and 5. The ball at the 38-yard line. Nat Moore in the game now, number 89. A lot of people have wondered why they have not seen more of Nat Moore this year. Dolphins all-time leading receiver, top of your screen. Franklin powering, looking for the first down. He could be a little short. Franklin has really given Don Shula the type of fullback that he likes on his offensive unit. Big, strong, get the tough yardage for you.
Took great patience, Frank. He was not the big running back at his college, Nebraska, but it took great patience. He came in as a blocking back. The Dolphins had lost their #1 draft choice, the running back, Overstreet. And now Franklin has become, in the manner perhaps of William Andrews, without the same strength and skill, a very important and successful running back.
He came in tonight, Howard, with 593 yards. He needs unofficially 82 yards tonight to take over the rushing lead in the NFL. Now I'm told 111 yards he needs. Yeah, Freeman McNeil picked up 82 against Minnesota yesterday, so 111 will put Franklin in the lead in the NFL after 8 games, if he can do it tonight. Second down, you saw how much. Franklin and Vigorito stay in there together. Now Vigorito flanked out to the left. And Franklin, a single setback. Easy first down to the 45-yard line, and Miami gets their first down.
Interesting note there, Frank. Buffalo did not go into a real tight, short yardage defense. They just about said, okay, Miami, we're going to give up the little 1-inch run for the first down, but we don't want you to strike quick on us and hit a long pass, which Shula is very capable of calling in that situation.
Sellout crowd, 75,000 plus. The game is not sold out in time to lift the blackout, so it is blacked out in the Miami area, and that, of course, stimulated sales rather vigorously over the past couple of days. First and 10, just over the 45-yard line. The Dolphins trailing 7-0. They're in the first quarter from Miami. Inside handoff to Nathan. Ball's loose. The Bills say they've got it. Bills are saying they have it.
Well, I thought I saw. Well, they do have it.
Yeah,
I thought
they
I
do.
saw a Dolphin on it, Gibb.
Tony Nathan coughed it up right over midfield, and the Buffalo Bills will have good field position again, close to their own 49-yard line. Steve Freeman, the safety, came up with it.
Similar type play, exactly the same type of play that Joe Cribbs scored on a minute ago. He gets the ball stripped. There's a Dolphin there about to fall on it, but didn't quite get it. He misses it, and there goes Steve Freeman diving in and gets it.
Trickled out right between his legs, and the Buffalo Bills, Steve Freeman, gives the Bills great field position, close to midfield. We'll be back with action in a moment.
West Virginia tackles Florida State in the Gator Bowl Thursday night on ABC.
Fumbled football by Tony Nathan. Recovery by the Bills. Freeman, and first down and 10 for Buffalo near midfield. They've only run one offensive play, a 63-yard touchdown, and now Roosevelt leaks. And Roosevelt leaks out inside the 45-yard line. Gain of 7.
He's been simply amazing. He has finally found the form that was his at Texas. He's been in the league 8 years. Knee troubles derailed him. And then, after laying off a year and a half in effect, the knees seem to have healed, and he is running brilliant. Came a cropper with a critical fumble, first one in 73 carries against Tampa Bay, but running brilliant.
Second down 3. Ball near the 43-yard line of the Dolphins. Cribbs. And as he does so well, he tucks along until he finds a little gap, slides through it, gets the first down.
If when your quarterback is struggling, as you mentioned about Joe Ferguson, and you said that he's thrown since the strike 12 interceptions and only 1 touchdown. When you get a running game going like this, it sure helps his confidence also and makes his job a lot easier. And I'm sure Joe is glad to see Cribbs and Leaks in this offensive line working as they are.
It does make the pass offense work so much easier when that defensive team has to think run. 39-yard line, first down 10, Buffalo. Mosley in motion. Ferguson, complete to the ancient one, Frank Lewis, and brilliant one, I might add. He'll have the first down. He's been suffering through a series of injuries, a back problem, knee problems, but Lewis gets the first down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the point about Lewis, the man from Grambling, as we look at him, and ISO, and Butler, is that they're both healthy together for the first time in many weeks, and they each had a very good and full week's practice.
When you get up to about 35 years old, it helps when you spend a week in the sun, as Buffalo did. They took a week of training here at Vero Beach in Florida, other than Buffalo, on first and 10. Cribbs. And hauled down from behind. Cribbs is taken there by Larry Gordon. The outside linebacker, tough against the run, is Larry Gordon.
Fran, did you hear what Giff said? When you get to be 35 years old, wouldn't you love to be that again?
I'm not far from it, Howard.
Not bad if you're a dentist, but when you come across the middle running into safety men, 35 is a little long in the tooth.
Jeff, we just watched Gordon make the play. The Miami front seven, they are big. A lot of height, a lot of bulk in there. They're probably as good a front seven as there is in football.
Lost to 3, second down 13. They mark it just inside the 30-yard line. Lewis, top of your screen. That's Cribbs in motion. Good receiver, Joe Cribbs. They try it up the middle. Roosevelt leaks, and he pops it inside the 25 to the 24, but it'll be third down and long. Third down and 7. Don Shula looking for that 200th win. 4th winningest coach in the history of this game.
More importantly, as an active coach, if he wins his 200th tonight, the only man ahead of him is Tom Landry, himself an extraordinary and brilliant coach. He's at 202, but Tom has coached about 40 games more than Shula, which gives you an idea about Shula.
Third down 7. 3 wide receivers. Mosley joins Picone and Butler and Lewis. And Ferguson doesn't like something. Calls timeout. He said, what did I say it was going to be on? And it could very well have been that.
Oh, my goodness, that is a big penalty. I don't think...
He tried to call timeout, I think, and he didn't get it in.
I don't think Chuck is happy.
Offense, still third down.
Well, what it does, it jeopardizes field goal position
Exactly.
in case they don't make the first down. And if they can get points here, they make it very difficult for Miami to come back, and they're not a passing team. Hard for them to come back from 14 points down or 10.
Third down and 12. Shotgun. Flooding the backs and the receivers to the right side. Ferguson. Cribbs short of the first down. Cribbs is hustled back almost to midfield, but it'll be marked at the inside the 26-yard line, well within the range of our friend Herrera. Don McNeil there defensively for the Dolphins. 7-12 remaining in the first quarter. The clock moving, and Miami leading 7-0.
Obviously, the strategy the Knox had then was just try to get the field goal and forget the touchdown.
But Herrera has not been kicking field goals with that degree of consistency.
He's missed a couple from 34, from 32. He's 5-9. Joined the Bills right after the strike. They bobble this one. That's Kopler, the rookie quarterback. Kopler is going to be close to a first down.
He got it.
Matt Kopler, the rookie quarterback from San Diego State.
I think he made it. He did make it.
I'll tell you, that was a heady move. Kopler bobbled the ball. That wasn't too good. He looked for a receiver. There were none. And then he knew he had to run.
It was a good snap. He just dropped it. Herrera's now going to try to block, but he's going the wrong way. There goes Kopler. Good speed. Watch him jump here. This makes it for him. Right there. Some effort.
Matt Kopler, great passing quarterback at San Diego State. Broke Dennis Shaw's record down there. Also the records of Brian Sight, but he was not known as one of your basic runners, and he gets a key first down for the Bills. Keeps it alive at the 16-yard line of Miami. Cribbs, big opening in the middle, and Cribbs barrels to the 10-yard line. Gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4.
Friend, in their game plan, they know something about, clearly, about Miami's line. They are pouring through there.
What they're doing is attacking the right up the middle of the defense of Miami, and you must think that Will Grant, John Borchardt, and Reggie McKenzie are doing some kind of a job of blowing the middle of Miami's defense out of there.
Second down and 4. That's the time remaining in the first quarter. Leaks, another big opening, and Leaks down close to the 5, but a flag is down. Just a comment on the way Miami defense has handled the run game. They will back the Bills up now with the holding call, but while they are second in the NFL overall defense, first against the pass in the American Conference, they are 12th against the run. And that is where Buffalo has been exploiting them tonight.
It's a very good comment.
Holding, number 53, offense, still second down.
Will Grant, right where the hole was open, holding for Buffalo.
That Borchardt has become a great offensive lineman out of Montana State, unnoticed. Critical start last year against the Jets. Playoff game. Proved out.
Second down, 14. Here comes the blitz. Cribbs trying to find some running room and works his way back close to the original line of scrimmage, where it'll be third down and close to 10.
He is a snake back there, though, isn't he?
Yeah. But you know, when Chuck Knox on 2nd and 14 down in that part of the field calls a running play, you know that he has not much confidence right now in the way his passing game is going.
That's true.
But now on 3rd and 11, Giff, I would think they've got to put it up.
Third and long from the shotgun. Picone has joined Butler and Lewis as wide receivers. Cribbs, of course, dangerous out of the backfield. There was movement, and I believe it was Buffalo with a back moving toward the line of scrimmage.
Everybody's pointing the other way.
Reggie's pointing the other way, but I think Frank's right. I think they induced it.
Reggie's done a little lobbying. It's all within the rules of the game.
Yep, they sure did.
The Bills will be backed up once again. There it was. Jack Kemp, by the way, is here tonight with his son Jimmy.
And his wife Joanne. Nice to be with them again. I mean the son and the wife.
And you notice who the Miami quarterback was there? The son of the coach. His name was George Wilson Jr.
Here we go, snap. Number 53, offense, still third down.
As a lock tonight, Jack, who's become one of the most consequential congressmen in this country, representing the Republican Party in Erie County, is doing color on radio to Buffer. He's trying to revive the Bills.
Would you give him a few hints about that now, Howard, today? Third down, 16. Ball right at the 22-yard line from the shotgun. Ferguson fires it in to the tight end, Bramer. Bramer short of the first down, and we'll have another look at Herrera and Matt Kopler.
Frank, that's a giveaway down. I mean, you're in field goal territory anyway. You got to try to get a first down at the very least.
Howard, you're telling it like it is. That's exactly right. You should throw for the end zone in that situation. Take your shot at the touchdown. If you miss it, you're well within the field goal range. With the wind in his back, he can double that.
That'll be a 33-yard attempt. Repeating Herrera's numbers, he's 5 of 9 of the year. Chips it up, puts it through the uprights, and the Bills move out to a 10-0 lead. 4:16 remaining in the first quarter. The Bills 4-3. The Dolphins 5-2. We'll be back.
Television's most awesome achievement premieres Sunday, February 6th, The Winds of War.
Orange Bowl in Miami. The Dolphins, with a win tonight and a win next week at Baltimore, would have home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. We mentioned that at the top of the show. Try to explain a little later on. We get our computer steamed up as to why that situation exists. But right now, there's Fulton Walker awaiting the kickoff of a friend Herrera. 4:16 remains in the first quarter. The side of Herrera's foot, and now Herrera will be kicking from his 30-yard line, and they'll bring it back. I mentioned the Bills have had problems with their kicker. They drafted out of Syracuse in the 7th round a kicker named Gary Anderson, who was 0 for 5 in preseason. They let him go. They brought in Nick Mickemeyer for the first 2 games. Then Herrera got in contract problems out in Seattle, and he was available, and they brought Herrera in, as a matter of fact, the last game before the strike. The Enterprise hovering around with our captain, Don Poskenak, a former quarterback himself at the University of Miami. Our cameraman up there, Charlie Mitchell, and our video technician, Lee Burton. Beautiful night, as I said. We feel for you people around the country that are suffering from some really adverse weather conditions, but I hope we're helping to cheer your night up just a little bit. The Dolphins and the Bills.
How long are you staying down here, Kip?
I'll be back tomorrow. Sure would be nice, though. It's been beautiful. Once again, Fulton Walker. Herrera, 5-yard assessment, kicks from the 30. He'll have a hard time reaching the end zone. Walker from the 2. Walker again looks to the outside and breaks it out over the 30-yard line. Close to the 33-yard line. Reminding you of the bowl action coming your way here on ABC Thursday night. West Virginia and Florida State in the Gator Bowl. And then number 1 Georgia, led by Heisman Trophy winner Herschel Walker, meets number 2 Penn State in the game for the national championship. 8 o'clock Eastern time, New Year's night. And Fran, since Herschel came to your alma mater, he has really turned their program around.
Before Herschel came, they were 6-5. The 3 years he's been there, there are 33 wins and 2 losses, Howard.
That man is a mountain.
He is indeed. Ride him.
34-yard line, 1st and 10. Whitney. Duriel Harris. And they say yes. Duriel Harris close to a first down.
Now that was well played on both things. Woodley threw the ball well, and Harris came back on the football.
He did, and Mario Clark covered it as well as the cornerback did cover it. Perfectly executed offensive play, good defense. That'll help Woodley's confidence, I'm sure.
Duriel Harris, one of the more acrobatic receivers in pro football. Doesn't have that great speed, but he can find that opening.
You always had receivers who knew how to come back on the football. Gilliam in his good years, Armand, Sammy White too. You know, Fran?
I was really blessed with great receivers, and they were smart receivers. And when I scrambled, they ran to me. And you talked about them. Sammy White also, Bob Tucker, a lot of them.
Defensively now for the Bills, they're fine. Defensive linebacker Jim Haslett in the lineup. Had arthroscopic knee surgery 4 weeks ago, and they were concerned whether or not they should try and bring him back, but he's worked well in practice, particularly this past week at Vero Beach, where it's been a little warmer than it would be in Buffalo. He's in there, and of course Shane Nelson, their great inside linebacker, gone for the season following this year's first game. So they've had to make adjustments. You saw how much, second down and inches. Nathan stacked up, but he's to the 45-yard line for a first down. And speaking of the Sugar Bowl, Howard, one of our friends and pals and great production man, Chuck Howard, will be there. And he had himself a tragedy this
A very great tragedy. His dad suffered a heart attack, passed away, and of course everybody at ABC extends our deepest sympathies to Chuck, to everybody in the family. But Chuck's a soldier, and he'll be producing the Sugar Bowl game.
First down and 10, 45-yard line. 2:45, the clock is moving here in the first quarter, and the Bills on top 10-0. Rolled out by Woodley. Woodley first down and more before he's collared by Parker inside the 45-yard line, and a flag goes down, and Parker might have got a little overly aggressive with Woodley.
He clearly did. That will be paced off.
Well, let's watch. Here's a typical Shula play. Uses the running ability of Woodley. He had a receiver deep. He's going to go out of bounds. Let's watch Parker. Yep, he got a little overzealous there, and they threw the flag, and they tacked on 15 more. But, Howard, I love to see a Shula game plan. He's down 10-0, but he's not panicking. He's not throwing long passes. He's running the ball, the short passes, and keeps the drive going.
You're exactly right.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, out of bounds, number 62, defense. First down.
In that vein, Fran, let me tell a quick story. It's right before the opening game. Miami against the Jets, Shea Stadium. Shula asks for a meeting with the officials. He says, gentlemen, I have two things to ask you. One, remember that a quarterback out of the shotgun can become a receiver. Then the official said, what's the second thing? He said, don't tell the Jets. And of course, Nathan threw to Woodley, who had taken the shotgun, given it to Nathan. Woodley touchdown. That's Shula.
First down, 10, Franklin. Close to the 26-yard line for a gain of 3, perhaps 4. Call it second down and 6.
True story, Gift.
I know. The man is always working, always in the middle of the game.
But he's smart. He says you don't beat the Jets or any team on gimmicks. You beat them on good, solid football. Remember, he lost the Super Bowl game to the Jets, January 12, 1969. His late owner, Carol Rosenblum, said he couldn't win the big one. But he's won since then.
Second down, 6. Woodley, timing pattern, and it will be picked off. Intended for Vigorito. Steve Freeman reading it perfectly. Woodley just tried to lay it up. And coming down with it was Steve Freeman.
That was just plain a bad pass, Fran.
Well,
the man was totally covered. Beautiful coverage.
It starts off with a bad decision. It's easy to see it from up here. Everybody says that. But Woodley should have been throwing to the right. Instead of going to the right, he throws to the left. He had no chance at all over there. Freeman had to play defense beautifully. Interception resulted.
Vigorito moved a square out and down. Freeman read it all the way. Turnover. We'll be back. Steve Freeman gets the turnover for the Buffalo Bills, who are ahead of the Miami Dolphins, 10-0, 1:43 remaining in the first quarter. The Bills have the ball at their own 4-yard line. Roosevelt leaks over the 5, close to the 7-yard line, and he's driven back. Second down and 7.
Now the Dolphins want two things here, Gift. They want to keep Buffalo pinned down there. They like the first quarter to run out, so Buffalo would have to punt against the win, and it's a pretty good win, and then they would have good field position to try it again.
You know, Buffalo's the only team in the National Football League that has not been scored on in the first quarter.
Second down.
Touchdown, I mean. Field goal, yes.
Cribbs almost breaks it through the gap on the right side. Taken there close to the 11-yard line, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Bob Brzezinski was there.
And the Bills play New England next week, and they're traveling with their own snowplow man.
They've got that all worked out. They've got 4 pages of rules on it now. Shula, I might point out, on the competition committee.
But not attending that meeting.
Think he didn't have a phone call in there? 3rd down, long 2. Cribbs following Leaks. He gets a block from Leaks. And bobbles the football, but I think he was down. Yes, he'll have the first down. They have marked it close to the 16-yard line.
Yes, I'm talking to a lot of the Dolphin players. They thought the key was Joe Ferguson. They said Joe Ferguson can get rattled. He can have great games, but he can go the other direction. So far tonight, really, Joe Ferguson hasn't been a factor. Chuck Knox has taken the game away from him. He said, Joe, hand the ball off to Cribbs and Leaks, and that's what they've been doing.
Hey, that can't happen. We saw him a year ago. He was 20 of 29, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, and won over Miami 31-21 in Buffalo. Earlier this year, he was 12 of 28, 140 yards, and 5 interceptions against Miami. He can be erratic. Into the first quarter, we'll be back. Sellout in the Orange Bowl. The Buffalo Bills leading the Miami Dolphins 10-0. If you weren't with us, first play from scrimmage, Joe Cribbs exploded for a 63-yard touchdown run for the Buffalo Bills.
Jimmy Connor's here tonight. Whether he knows it or not, our Davis Cup captain Arthur Ashe is also here tonight. It's a big night for tennis, and start playing Davis Cup, Jimmy.
From the 16-yard line, first down Buffalo. Roosevelt Leaks battles his way close to the 20-yard line for a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Next to last game for our traveling show. We move on to Minneapolis next week. The Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings get together up there.
The myth of invincibility punctured yesterday by the Eagles, who played a sterling defensive game. The Vikes, if Washington loses and Dallas wins, though, next week, Dallas has the home field advantage.
2nd down 4, Buffalo. Inside their own 20-yard line. Cribbs. And Cribbs is taken by 1 foot there by Bocamper. Short of the first down at the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And we get the change-ups offensively for the Bills as they bring in their passing unit. That means Lou Picone, another wide receiver, joins Jerry Butler and Frank Lewis. And the Dolphins bring out a pair of linebackers.
But in this situation, Giff, they've been running, but now they're in the shotgun, so you think they're going to throw for it.
Wide open is Picone. A flag is down, and it could have been a late hit on Ferguson because the flag came late. Picone has the first down yardage. He's up around the 38-yard line.
Interesting the way they put Picone in on short passing yardage situations. Frank was right on the call. They used Picone instead of their #1 draft choice, the speedster Perry Tuttle from Clemson, because Picone is a hard-nosed, tough little guy and great on short passing yardage situations.
And you just saw the hit in the head
by Bocamper.
Watch this. You cannot hit the quarterback in the head. Ferguson gets rid of the ball. Thrown to Picone, and there's the hit right in the head. If he'd have hit him lower, it would have been a legal play. But he didn't.
And the first down yardage obtained by Picone. The penalty tacked on, and the first down for the Bills with a 10-0 lead is at the 47-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. We are in the early going of the second quarter. Leaks back in along with Cribbs. Setbacks for the Bills. Ferguson puts everyone in the pattern, and he fires it out to the tight end Buster Barnett. And Barnett will pick up yardage Give him 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. We'll look at the first quarter stats.
And it shows domination, rushing yards and total yards. And rushing has been the key by Buffalo. Turnovers costly to Miami. Time of possession, no material difference. And as we've so often said, that's a deceptive statistic anyway.
63 of those rushing yards came in about 5.5 seconds by Joe Cribbs in the first play. We hadn't even warmed up the chair yet.
That's correct.
39-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Cribbs. And Cribbs trying the right side for the first down. I believe he'll be short. And it'll be 3rd down and about a yard.
Tell you this, if Buffalo can register another score on this drive, Miami is in deep, deep trouble. Because Buffalo's defenses are very tough to play catch-up football against.
Buffalo has the best rated defense in the National Football League this year. They've only allowed 42% completions against them. That is far and away the best in the league.
Tim Vogler, number 65, works on the right side as a tight end type. They'll set in their run formation, give the ball to Leaks, and Leaks hammers out the yardage for the first down inside the 37-yard line. And when we speak of their defenses, we have to also speak of Bill Arnsparger and a guy named Tom Catlin that does the work for Chuck Knox up in Buffalo. He's been one of the best around for years. He was with Knox out with the Rams. And the man like Arnsparger has just been geniuses at doing what they do, and that is moving people in and out, the new type of defensive football, the specialties. Miami, they look like they do it with mirrors. They'll have a different combination in there almost in every situation. 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Cribbs finds a little opening, but it closes quickly as it gets inside the 35 to the 34, gain of 3, 2nd down 7.
You know, they've taken this drive. They're going against the wind. They're doing about anything they want. They've thrown the ball short. They've run the ball inside, outside. As you look at Bill Arnsparger there. And he's trying to find some way to stop this Bill offense. And really what he's got to do is stop the run because the pass has not been the weapon.
It's a rare look. We see a lot. We watch the offensive plays being called, but that was the defensive signals being called by Arnsparger. 2nd down and 8. Here comes a full blitz. Ferguson has to go quickly to Bramer, and Bramer had not made the cut. Incomplete. They brought everyone that time.
And when you're getting beat defensively, Frank, you know you got to do something different, and Arnsparger did. He went in and had a safety blitz. Do something to get your defense going, get the adrenaline going, and that's what he did then, and they put pressure on Ferguson. Ferguson's not unlike any other quarterback, and you put pressure on them, they throw errant balls.
3rd down, long 7. The ball just inside the 35-yard line. Miami adds Fulton Walker, Maslowski to their defensive secondary. 6 men back there. They bring Dewey on the blitz. Ferguson fires the ball complete to Pacone, but he's short of the first down at the 30-yard line.
I just don't understand calls or plays like that. Again, short of the first down.
Well, he only needed 7 yards, and he ran about a 4-yard pattern, an outside receiver, and you got to run deeper than that. Great coverage by Gerald Small to prevent the first down.
And for Herrera, it's going to be something like a 47-yard effort, 48-yard effort. He made one at 49 earlier this year.
He may make it, but when you play this way, you're playing not to lose, and that way you rarely win.
Kick it into a breeze.
It's tall enough, but it hits the crossbar and bounces back into the end zone. No good. And the line of scrimmage for the Dolphins will be the 30-yard line. Herrera had it up enough, hooked it just a little bit to the left, and as Fran mentioned, into the breeze. That will emphasize any kind of hook you might have going. 10-0, the Bills lead. Misses from a 48-yard attempt. The Miami Dolphins down 10-0, have a 1st and 10, their own 30-yard line. Dolphins again up against Tough defense in the Buffalo Bills. First in the NFL after 7 games.
But, Giff, when you have a chance to put a team away like the Dolphins, you put them away. If you don't, it'll come back to haunt you. 10 points is not a big lead.
They can make that scoreboard look like a pinball machine, and they get things happening. Cephalo in motion. Reverse to Duriel Harris. Harris picked up a good block on the outside. David Woodley to Franklin, and it came back to Duriel Harris. He has the first down at the 42.
If you'll watch the pitch from Woodley to Franklin, to Duriel Harris, and really the defense
block,
of the Bills.
Watch this block by Kuchenberg. He just sets up right there.
Right there. That was Newman, I think.
Hit
him. Newman hit him. Freeman runs him out. Roan runs him out. But the Bills weren't fooled on the play. It was just a well-executed reverse play by the Dolphins. And there's old Duriel Harris.
They'll throw you a trick once in a while, the Dolphins. Just keep you honest. The first down is at the Dolphins' 43-yard line. Franklin over the 45 for a gain of about 5 to the 47-yard line. Every time you watch Andre Franklin, you see a vastly improving football player. Howard mentioned didn't have those big numbers out of Nebraska, but he was blocking for 1,000-yard rushers such as Rick Byrne, I.M. Hip, Jarvis Redwine. He just basically is learning how to run.
And he is now hit.
Second down, 5. Franklin again. Franklin just carrying tacklers short of the first down by about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 1 inside the 49-yard line of Buffalo.
That's Reggie McKenzie, number 67, roommate, O.J. Simpson. Taught and trained the Juice. He'll tell you all about it.
He is a great man. Quite a leader on that football team. He's more than just a guy that blocks people. Got a great big heart, and he's a tremendous leader for that group.
3rd down and 1. Big hole opens up over the left side. Dwight Stevenson and Bob Kuchenberg occupy that area. The offensive line for Miami. First down inside the 41.
All right, watch the Miami offensive line work here. Watch Kuchenberg coming around and trapping the middle linebacker. There he is. He puts him right down. I think he had a little help by pulling him down. And there goes Franklin for the easy first down. So watch Kuchenberg work there. Remember what Bob Lilly, the great all-pro tackle, Hall of Famer from Dallas, said, Kuchenberg's the finest offensive lineman I've ever played against. He's something.
Started his whole career, now 13 years long, as a free agent.
Lovely cross block.
Woodley going deep. And did he get it? Yes, he did. Cephalo, tremendous effort. Comes down with the football. Simpson was down there with him. That was a great catch.
It was. When you're playing not to lose, almost invariably you lose. And that's what's happened on this drive in the wake of Buffalo's conservative.
All right, watch this. Does Cephalo interfere or not? Let's watch. Did he push him with his left hand?
Might have.
I thought he had a little push with the left hand to get himself in position. Great play. Not a criticism of Cephalo. Very good play. The only way he could have caught the ball was to give that shove. Now, I know Gift never did that when he was playing receiver, but Cephalo might have just given him a little shove to get in position to catch the ball.
Well,
all I
clever
know
or not, it was one of your great catches. He had to turn completely around, look back into the lights, and he gets the first down. Goal to go, just outside the 1-yard line.
This game turned on the conservatism of Buffalo.
Franklin and Nathan the setbacks. And Nathan hurdles into the end zone, and Miami's on the scoreboard. 6:48 remaining in the first quarter. The Dolphins and their head coach Shula, they never know they're ever out of it. Tony Nathan over the left side. Just going up high behind Kuchenberg and Geezer. And Von Schaumann on for the conversion.
Uwe took the biggest field goal of his life against the Jets. 3 seconds left on the clock.
Hey.
No contact made. The Bills move back. Strock gets it down. Snap by Kuchenberg. Execution perfect, and we have a 10-7 ball game. The Bills over the Dolphins. 6:48 remaining in the first half. Such an important game for both ball clubs. Stay with us.
We just stole this new Nissan Sentra.
New Nissan Sentra. You need this car.
We stole it.
For only $49.49.
Ultra mileage.
Front-wheel drive.
Plenty of power.
5-passenger room.
Still only $49.49. I need this car.
You need a Nissan Sentra. It's steel.
Hitachi wants your next color television to be your best. So compare for these features. All Hitachi 19-inch color televisions have wood cabinets. Hitachi has signal tracker control. It automatically monitors and corrects the color picture before you see it. And our 10-to-1 limited warranty far exceeds what many others offer. When you compare, the choice is clear. Hitachi, a world leader in technology.
This is the ultimate contest. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Penn State. The game for the national championship. The Sugar Bowl. New Year's night on ABC.
Buffalo would like to see Mike Mosley, a first-year man out of Texas A&M, handle the kickoff of Uwe von Schaman. He leads the NFL in returns. Really kept them in the Tampa Bay game a week ago until they lost it inside the last minute. And von Schaman tries to kick it away from Mike Mosley. He hooks it out of bounds, and now von Schaman will have to kick from the 30-yard line.
It's interesting, both kickers, Gib, kicking with the wind at their back, have hooked 3 kickoffs to the left.
Now, when you're a sidewinder kicker, it is kind of difficult to direct that football and get any distance out of it. You're going to get a little bit of a hook. A little bit about Mike Mosley. He was a third-round pick a year ago out of Texas A&M as a wishbone quarterback with 4.3 speed. Pulled a hamstring in training camp, was on the injured reserve all last year, and has been a fine performer for Buffalo this season. Von Schaman talked it over with his coverage unit. There's Mosley. Back there with him is Robert Holt.
Gib, as we await the kickoff, interesting to watch the strategy of Buffalo when they get the ball. Miami's going to be fired up defensively, which means it'll be very tough for Buffalo to run the ball. I think it's going to go right back on Ferguson's shoulders, and he's going to have to deliver in a very tense situation.
And that means he'll be going against the number 1 ranked pass defensive team in the NFL after 7 games, the Dolphins. Von Schaman hooks it again. And this is Mike Mosley as Holt stepped up. Mosley tried to get it outside. Good coverage. They take him inside the 20. A flag comes down late. And we could have had a late hit.
I think it was a spear. Somebody speared him in the ribs with a helmet, it looked like.
And that'll be 15.
That makes it a good return.
Yeah, it does. Takes it to the 35 or 34. And that's a lot better for the offense.
The Bills leading 10-7, 6:29 remaining in the first half. Take a look at that spear or late hit, or
I think it's going to come about right now. There it is. There's the head.
Oh, yeah.
And he got him.
Ron Hester in there late. And heavy and hard. 34-yard line for the Bills. First down and 10. Joe Cribbs, left side. Not much happening there behind Ken Jones and McKenzie. Give him a yard. It'll be second down and 9.
Well, you see exactly what Fran said earlier. Now they're closing down on the run. The momentum has changed because of the way Buffalo failed to capitalize on its last offensive drive. And it's going to be up to Ferguson, and I'm not sure that Joe is up to it the way he's been playing.
He's going to have to throw here, no question about it, Howard.
Lewis step to the right. Butler, the speedster, top of your screen. Miami showing blitz. Cornerbacks creeping up. Now they drop out. Ferguson tried to get it to Bramer. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and we're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations along the line identify themselves.
WJLA TV serving the district, Maryland and Virginia.
Back in the Orange Bowl, Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Fran Tarkenton. Buffalo Bills over the Dolphins 10-7. The Bills broke on top, 63-yard touchdown run. Joe Cribbs on the very first offensive play. They added 3 more points off the toe of a friend Herrera. And the Dolphins have come back to bring it to within 3 points with 5:43 remaining in the first half. 3rd down and 9 for the Bills. They're at their own 35-yard line. Dolphins again show blitz, and this time they bring it. Ferguson tried to get to Picone, and Picone was all tied up with Don McNeil. No flags. It'll be 4th down.
As we said, friend.
Well, it's interesting. The Dolphins were very candid about it. They said if we can put pressure on Joe Ferguson, we'll shake him up and he won't hit receivers. Right there, he just threw 2 very errant balls, didn't even come close to the receivers, and old Mo has shifted over to the Dolphins.
Tommy Vigorito, dangerous return man. Had a 59-yard touchdown run against the Jets in the Dolphins' victory over the Jets early in the year. Greg Cater, he kicks it high, never kicks it far, but you don't get many runbacks. Vigorito covers his own bobble inside the 30-yard line. 1st down and 10, Miami. Fairly good field position, 5:27 remaining in the half. And David Whitley brings the Dolphins back out onto the field. 34-yard punt. Not too impressive, but again, no run back. We'll be right back.
If you've got what it takes and really care, there's a special kind of life you'll want to share. Serving your country is a special call. It's good for you. It's good for all. Not all who try fit the bill. It calls for brains. It calls for skill in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. High-tech and the services go hand in hand. A whole new world. You're in demand. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You'll move up. You'll feel proud. You'll stand out above the crowd. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. But most of all, you'll earn the respect of the people and country you're there to protect. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. It's a great place to start.
You can't argue with success. Nissan Motor Corporation's 9.9 annual percentage rate truck financing is saving buyers money. And now we're extending 9.9. So you can still save from $900 to over $1,500 in finance charges alone on any new Datsun truck. So join the crowd while we still have trucks and you still have time.
Datsun, we are driven.
Friday. No one escapes the terror of the Ivory 8.
What a great night to be blimping around here in Miami. The old Enterprise hovering up there. Beautiful weather. Again, our sympathies to so many of you around the country suffering the torrential rains in the southeast. The snowfall that, of course, is great for skiing out in the Colorado area. But, boy, I'll tell you, Denver has been through it. We're thinking about you. It's 74 degrees at kickoff here in Miami.
Throw another log in the fireplace.
Put your toes up and enjoy. 1st down and 10. Miami trailing 10-7. 5:27 remaining in the first half. 1st and 10. Their ball near the 30-yard line. Whitney, he was in the grass. That is not a fumble. Ben Williams was there. Last year's leader in sacks. Over on the left side, Big Ben, 6'3", 245-pounder.
Gentle Ben from Ole Miss. Good rush there.
Tell you, when you sack Woodley back there, you've done your job because he is very agile, moving around. Reminds me of another 10 I used to watch there with the Vikings.
Yes, I remember it well.
You guys got long memories to remember that far back.
As Gifford said, he's young enough to be a dentist, so he's long in the tooth.
All right. 2nd down, 17. Loss of 7 on the sack. Nathan. And Nathan just lowers his head. Goes forward. Collides there with Steve Freeman. Short of the 1st down by considerable yardage. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
What a pretty triumph.
Who's this little guy?
I like that call by Schuler. That's a tough thing. Down your own 20-yard line, 2nd and 17. Young quarterback as Woodley is, only his 3rd year. Ran a sweep, got a lot of yards, but we have a penalty.
Got the flag down, and they're talking it over.
All right, Cooch, get in there and tell him about it. Listen.
Bob Kuchenberg given the options by Dick Jorgensen, our official, so it must be something he'll have to think over. Would have been a 3rd down and about 7. The offside penalty, the encroachment.
3rd down.
The encroachment by Ben Williams. They'll move it up to the 33-yard line.
But he's got himself in position to throw a, 7 to 9 yard pass. Doesn't take a lot of protection for that. Can get a quick rhythm thing off. It's makeable at 3rd and 7. 3rd and 17 is a little more difficult.
Maybe he'll find a way to do what Ferguson has done at least twice tonight. Throw less than the 1st down yardage required.
Joe Rose, the receiving tight end for the Dolphins, is in there, number 80. Whitney. No flags. Tommy Vigorito trying to get through the football, or to the football through Rod Cush. Ball again uncatchable.
If he had gotten away with that, it would have been a miracle.
Yeah.
He was the one creating the interference.
I mean, he throws it into a crowd here. Bad throw by Woodley. Watch him. Vigorito goes right into Cush. Cush has position. That was offensive pass interference.
Of course it was.
Defensive pass interference.
It's ridiculous.
Mike Mosley. There he is. Oh, rather Robert Holt's in there now. Orris, the punter for Miami on 4th down. Orris gets one to turn over. And here comes Holt. And Holt works his way out close to the 30-yard line. Steve Potter down there defensively for Miami. With 4:30 remaining, the Buffalo Bills have the football back. They have a 3-0 lead in a game that is so critical for them.
Here's to meeting new faces in new places. For that first day on the job, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
The Buffalo Bills have a 1st down and 10. The ball just inside their own 30-yard line.
Gift, they've been running on 1st down every time. They need to loosen it up. A good play here would be a pass on 1st down. Let's see if they do it.
Jerry Butler, speedy wide receiver, top of your screen. He's the deep man. Frank Lewis is flipped to Ferguson's right. Play action. Wants Butler and has to settle underneath to the tight end, Bramer. Bramer close to a 1st down, depending upon where they mark it, and
he's got it.
I think he is going to pick it up.
Francis connected. That's it.
Well, when you have the running game that they have, and Miami's got to respect it, on 1st down, they've got to play the run. You don't get the pass rush. You don't get the pass defense. It's a very good call. Good going, Chuck Knox.
And the 1st down.
In broad perspective, they've got to reestablish some offensive momentum. They gave it away and led to Miami's only touchdown.
3:45. The clock is moving here in the 1st half. Bills on top, 10-7. 1st down and 10. Inside handoff, Joe Cripps. And Cripps struggles for about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as they'll mark it close to the 43-yard line.
They ought to come back with another pass on 1st down, Fran, at that point.
Well, it's good to run the ball in this league. You need a running game, but you win it with the pass.
That they've established. They've established the running game. Miami got wise to it, started to close it down. Arnsparger made adjustments. But now,
tougher to throw in this situation. Miami plays the pass and play it well.
2nd down, 7. Bills near their own 43-yard line. Play action again. Ferguson. Frank Lewis, or rather Butler, near the 40-yard line. He'll have the first down.
Here's some player. That kid from Clemson. He is a great player.
Watch Butler against McNeil here. He's going to fake him to the inside. Oh, he's just taking him straight outside and just leaves him. Beautiful cut. He's got McNeil beat by 5 yards.
He has so much speed, you'll have to lay off
There are things
Butler.
Frank, you'll remember, there are things you just don't understand. We had Buffalo against Minnesota at Rich Stadium right before the strike. And Minnesota totally dominated the first half, and Buffalo never threw to Butler. Second half, they kept throwing to Butler, and Buffalo came from way behind and bailed the game out.
First down, 10. Ferguson, strong arms down in the general area of Frank Lewis, who had turned to the outside, but Ferguson under pressure just released it deep. It'll be second down and 10. Clock stop, 2:03. Buffalo in possession of their 3 timeouts.
You know, Joe has a good short passing game going. He hit Bramer, who's good at finding a hole in the defense. He hit Butler short. That time he tried a long ball. Nothing was there, and he threw it out, which was a wise decision.
8 of 12, 76 yards. Now for Ferguson. Capable, very capable, having explosive days, but then he can have one of those dog days too. Second and 10. Blitz picked up. Roosevelt leaks. Flag is down, and Frank Lewis is complaining downfield that he was interfered with. Well, he got a flag out of it.
He got a flag, but Jeff, it's going to be on Frank Lewis.
Well, he did the right thing. He complained.
Well, that's like Vigorito on the earlier play we watched.
So that'll negate about an 8-yard pickup. Roosevelt leaks.
A lot of these men are studying acting instead of playing.
Interference, number 82, offense, still second down.
Take a look at it. He's working in against Don McNeil.
Here he goes. Let's see what goes on here. Well, he did kind of just shove him, didn't he? He kind of put his hands out and shoved McNeil down.
There's a Stanislavski movement by McNeil. Speaking of acting, one of the finest. 2-minute warning. And it'll be second down and 20 for Buffalo at midfield when we return.
NFL Classics, presented by Shearson American Express. Here's the poem written in pictures. It's called O.J. Simpson Runs with a Football. Runs with instinctive grace, with speed triggered by power. In 1973, in a monumental effort of talent and will, O.J. slashed and dashed his way to the best season any running back ever had, breaking Jim Brown's unbreakable record and dazzling the nation by rushing for 2,003 yards.
How many ways can Shearson American Express turn idle cash into working money?
I can do it with the financial management account. It unifies your assets so it can keep all your money working all the time.
I can do it with all kinds of commodities or all kinds of option programs.
I can reduce your tax burden with tax shelters and tax-exempt bonds.
Let us turn your idle cash into working money.
Call the flagship of the financial world, Shearson American Express.
The numbers for Joe Ferguson on the night. Pass interference called against Frank Lewis. The offensive receiver for Buffalo has backed the football up to midfield as second down and 20.
What he wants here, Giff, he wants a 10-yard completion. He's trying to get this in 2 bites, not in 1.
Mark Mosley, flip to the right, joins the 4 receivers for Ferguson out of the shotgun. The blitz picked up, flag is down, could have holding as Butler comes down with the football for the 10 that Brian spoke of a moment ago.
It is holding.
Yep, that's too bad for Buffalo because they executed the play perfectly. Butler just beat his man, got open, made a great catch. Ferguson delivered, but the holding penalty nullifies it all.
They're working their way back to their own end zone. Second consecutive 10-yarder.
Now you say, Coach, send in a second and 30.
Illegal use of the hands, number 73, Offense, still second down.
Borchardt, the fine right guard.
Watch him on the right part of your screen there.
73.
He's blocking on 75. That, yep, he pushed him back. Working on Doug Better, 75. All right, now it's second and 30. Send in a play, Coach. I don't know what to call.
Your theory is the same, though. Get
Yeah.
a piece of it.
Get 15, maybe, this time.
6 defensive backs in for the Dolphins. And picked off. Fulton Walker got the deflection. Also going up for it, Blackwood, I think, deflected into the air, and Fulton Walker gets his third interception of the year for the Dolphins. They have 1:41 on the clock, and they have 3 timeouts.
And Joe is angry, but Giff, as you saw, he just kind of threw it up. He just...
Sure threw it into a lot of traffic.
Watch here. He throws it down the middle, kind of wobbles and throws it up for grabs, and there's a free safety in there. Gets tipped around by Frank Lewis, and Fulton Walker intercepts, and the Dolphins have a chance.
They'll have the football at their own 33-yard line. They trail by 3. The Bills on top 10-7. The Dolphins in possession.
You're gonna want one.
I want one.
Introducing the sporty new Nissan Pulsar NX, a whole new look in Hemi Head Road muscle.
I want one.
5-speed stick hitch to front-wheel drive, power rack and pinion steering, all standard.
I really want one.
The Nissan Pulsar NX costs half as much as it looks.
I've got one.
You're gonna want one.
Betcha.
If your boss said you could pick any new typewriter, what would you choose?
IBM. IBM.
IBM.
IBM.
Every year, there are more and more typewriters to choose from. But which one is still preferred most?
IBM.
If you could have anything you want right on your desk, what would you choose?
Array.
Fulton Walker, a 6th-round draft pick of a year ago out of West Virginia, does a lot of things for Miami in their pass prevent defense. Returns kicks. Made a couple of starts as a rookie a year ago. At the corner.
They're doing a lot of things at Morgantown these days. You'll find out about West Virginia in the Gator Bowl.
First down and 10, Miami. Their own 33-yard line. Again, they have 3 timeouts, 1:40 on the clock. Woodley. Nathan looks around before he had possession, incomplete.
That one you cannot blame Mr. Woodley for.
Well, the thing that I like about it, all kind of quarterbacks can throw the football, but a quarterback in reading coverage wants to find the receiver that's got single coverage on him. You cannot double everybody. He found that receiver. He delivered the ball to Nathan, who had beaten Isaiah Robertson, but he dropped it.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped, 1:35. Plenty of time for Miami to add at least 3 to tie this game up. Screen, this is Nathan, and Nathan is dragged down from behind.
Went right back to him.
Bill Simpson pulled him down. Hurry up offense now by the Dolphins.
And
They want to preserve their timeouts. They get the first down. And now Woodley has second thoughts as the seconds were ticking off to 1:17. He calls timeout, and Miami has a first down and 10. Their own 44-yard line. 1:17 remaining in the first half, and they're down by 3. We'll be back after this from the National Football League.
It's only a dream at first, but to a special few who make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it's the ultimate honor.
It was the most exciting moment of my life.
For Sam Huff, it started here, in a small coal mining town of Farmington, West Virginia. The only way out to escape the life his father knew in the coal mines was to play football, and play it he did. Drafted with the New York Giants in 1956, he became known as the man in the middle, number 70. He was one of the greatest middle linebackers the game has ever known. Sam Huff became Sunday's idol. In 1982, he received the ultimate honor, induction into Pro Football's Hall of Fame, where he will stand forever as the man in the middle. They're all here, the stories, the dreams, the inspirations, here for you to see and enjoy. at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Don't miss it.
That message brought to you by Sam Huff of the National Football League.
Big number 70.
He wasn't all that big.
He really wasn't.
He was big
Until he
then.
popped you.
He was big then. Much bigger than he is now.
Well, I'm comparing him to the Bo Campers of today. First down 10, 44-yard line. The Dolphins. 2 timeouts remain. First down. Woodley. Cephalo. Ball's loose. And Buffalo has it back. Cephalo just a little lazy tucking that away. Ben Williams. There he is. Big play by Williams.
General Ben has been right in there, Giff. He got a sack a while ago. He gets a big recovery here with the fumble. Here we go. There's Cephalo running a little short pattern. He's open, gets the ball. Did he tuck it away? Oh, not quite. Gets it knocked out, and watch Big Ben come in there.
Charles Rome stripping it out. Williams covering the ball. We have 1:09 remaining in the half.
These may not be the worst of times, but they are certainly not the best of times.
Well, old Joe's got another shot here.
Buffalo at the 45-yard line of the Dolphins. Lewis and Pacone split up to the top of your screen. Out to the right is Butler. Ferguson gets it away quickly, and it's complete. It goes to Pacone. He gets 4 at the most out of it. It'll be second down and 6, and Ferguson calls timeout with 1:01 remaining. Bills now down to 2 timeouts.
Earlier, we gave you the AFC standings. Next week, we have Dallas, Minnesota. Let's look at the NFC standings. Those 6 teams have clinched a playoff berth. Minnesota, despite its loss yesterday, based on its conference record, clinched a playoff berth. Now, let's go to a 7-team group that is still eligible. There are the first 4. Tampa Bay, which appears pretty well off. Chicago, Detroit, New Orleans. Now let's flip, and we have the Giants, the Eagles, who played superbly yesterday, and the Niners still alive in the wake of their victory over Kansas City. One team has been eliminated, the once fearsome Rams. The authors, by the way, of the Baby Bulls, Frank, if you remember them, Deacon Dan Towler, Tank Younger, and a fellow named Horner. Those were the original Baby Bulls.
Well, the Rams can save some part of their season. They close out their game Sunday against the 49ers in San Francisco. Second down and 6. Ferguson. And Ferguson tries to get out, and he is picked up. Dropped there by Bo Camper, getting help from Bob Baumauer.
Some play gift by Bo Camper. Ferguson did the right thing, stepped up in the pocket, tried to get away to get more time to throw, but Bo Camper with a big paw jerked him down.
I'll tell you, that's one of the best moves Shula's made in recent years. Converting Kim Bocamper, in effect, to a down lineman. Came up from San Jose State. Shula labeled him the best athlete I've ever had come to my camp. He was a linebacker then, but now transferred to down lineman with Dewey in the linebacker group. It's all working out.
Long third down. Ferguson. Robert Holt. And Holt gets back to the 40-yard line, and this should be out of range of Herrera.
All right, of course. Again, I find that playing not to lose. You're still in the first. Same kind of conservative philosophy that has stripped this team of its initial offensive drive.
Ferguson calls timeout, look to the bench. Chuck Knox trying to ascertain what he must do on 4th down and about 5. The ball at the 40-yard line. It would be about probably a 57-yard effort by Herrera.
There's a team that may be back if yesterday was any evidence. Let's go to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. New England without the snowplow against the Steelers. 23-7 Steelers. 4th quarter. Kavanaugh back to throw. Pats trying to fight back. Stanley Morgan. Touchdown. That made it 23-14. But only 2 plays later, Terry Bradshaw, back as we know him, maybe the most productive quarterback of our time. Back to pass. Looking for the former Baylor Bear. His name, Greg Hawthorne. His number, 27. His catch, executed, and the play good for 46 yards for the TD. And so the Steelers went on to crush the Pats 37-14. Their record 5-3.
All right, 4th down and 5. And obviously, Ferguson's going to put it in the air. They'll look for a defensive foul. 3 seconds remaining in the half. Of course, a half or a game cannot end on a defensive foul, and that's what the Bills will try and draw. Krebs. Time has expired. So the Bills go into the locker room with a 3-point lead over the Miami Dolphins. And we'll be ready for our halftime features after this message and then a word from our local stations. Stay with us.
We're back live in the Orange Bowl. Miami, Florida, the halftime score. Buffalo 10, the Dolphins 7. Tonight's halftime features are being brought to you by Merrill Lynch, whose ability to guide you through the intricacies of investing makes them indeed a breed apart.
Picking and choosing the right investments requires very careful handling. One wrong move can easily damage the best laid plans. At Merrill Lynch, we know that size and strength can be very valuable. But it is our sensitivity to your investment goals and agility in helping you reach them that makes us what we are. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart.
Halftime highlights. Seahawks against the Bengals, Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. Pick up with first quarter action, last play of the quarter. And Jim Zorn the Hawks rolling out, looking for Steve Largent, number 80 as always, ready to release. But getting in the way, the great veteran defender, as he's done so many times before, Ken Riley, returning at 18 yards to set up the Bengals' first touchdown. That made it 7-0 Cincinnati. In the second quarter, the Seahawks tried to strike back. They made it 7-3, but number 14, Kenny Anderson, Little Augustana College, looking for the number 1 draft choice of a couple of years ago from Kansas, David Verse. The speedster gathers it in, 56 yards, touchdown, 14-3 the Bengals. They needed this victory after the loss last Monday night to San Diego. A satisfied Forrest Gregg left the field. The Jets, the power-laden Jets against the Vikes, a troublesome team in Minnesota. And that was the hero, Bobby Jackson, with 2 touchdowns, the defensive back. In the first quarter, 0-0. Richard Todd, number 14, back to pass. You remember the Olympic gold medalist at Montreal, Lamb Jones? He gathered that in. And that set up, after a 51-yard gain, the Jets 7-0. Now, second quarter, Rick Danmeyer attempts the field goal. Mark Gastineau blocks it. The ball picked up by 28. One-time Oklahoma quarterback, Darrell Ray. Watch him. This is a great athlete, but here he fumbles. The ball goes to Bobby Jackson, and Jackson scoots all the rest of the way, 80 yards for the touchdown, 14-0 Jets. The Jets were on a roll after an unexpected loss to Miami last weekend, and so they made it 21-0. 39 seconds left in the half. The handoff from Kramer to Brown, and Brown, improvisation, the lateral to Kramer, in for the score, 21-7 Jets. It moved up by the fourth quarter to 35-14 Jets. Now, Kramer, you see him there. Bad snap, pass rush, fires. The ball picked off. By whom? By Bobby Jackson, number 40, Jets. All the way down the field, 77 yards. The second TD of the day. The Jets clinched a playoff berth, 42-14, and Joe Klecko may be back next week. The Colts against the Chargers, San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. How'd you like to face that man? Look at those figures the last 3 weeks. Incredible. Score tied 0-0. First quarter. Fouts back to pass. Watch him. Number 80. You guessed it right. The all-world tight end. 30 yards. Touchdown. 7-0 Chargers. It was 10-0 in the second quarter. And then Fouts again. What a player. Passing to Wes Chandler. What a player he is. May now be the best wide receiver in football, the way he runs after he catches it. 16-0 Chargers. And then Fouts again. And you guessed it again, Kellen Winslow. That made it 23-0 Chargers. Colts were there only for the plane ride. It was 30-13 Chargers, third quarter. And Fouts again. Watch. This time, why not? You've got Wes Chandler to throw to all over again. And another touchdown. The final score, the Chargers 44-26 over the Colts in a laugher. The Chargers in the playoffs.
Today, the landscape of investment opportunities spreads far and wide. But there is one place they grow in all varieties to suit every kind of investor. At Merrill Lynch, we've brought together a profusion of financial services to nurture all kinds of investment needs. And it is the skill and care with which we tend them that makes us what we are. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart.
Pack against the Falcons, coming off a big victory over San Francisco. And the hero of the day, James Lofton, 146 yards on just 3 receptions. The score tied 0-0 in the first quarter. Dickey handing off to Eddie Lee Ivory, who had a great day. Scored the first touchdown and the second touchdown, too, during the course of the fray, as Green Bay zoomed to first a 7-0 and then a 14-0 lead. Second quarter was 14-7. Lynn Dickey beating a big pass rush, throwing to James Lofton. What speed this man has, Olympic-style speed. That made it 21-7 Green Bay. In the third quarter, the score 21-7. Watch Dickey again. Gets decent protection here, and that's all he needs, because Lofton outspeeds the defenders. There was double coverage. It didn't matter. And so Green Bay went on to win it overwhelmingly, 38-7. Both teams in the playoffs. Then at Busch Stadium, St. Louis, the Giants against the Cardinals. Score tied 0-0. First quarter. Fake field goal play. Roger Whaley, headed for the Hall of Fame, the great defensive back who's announced his retirement, carries the ball in for the score. 7-0 St. Louis. By the fourth quarter, it was 17-7 St. Louis, but the Giants were to strike back. Scott Bruner throwing to John Missler. Touchdown, 17-14 St. Louis. Then the Giants' next possession, a minute 20 remaining. Scott Bruner again to his favorite target, John Missler. And suddenly, the Giants were ahead, 21-17. Victory seemed to be in the bag. That Missler catch setting up the Giants' second touchdown. But now, St. Louis striking back. Neil Lomax, as the Giants played a prevent defense which prevented nothing. Throwing downfield, 39, Willard Harrell, all the way down to the 6-yard line. Giants claim fumble, whistled at been blown and the officials down. And so the Cardinals are in the playoffs, 24-21 over the Giants. And the Giants' hopes are now reduced to a virtual whisper.
In 1983, ABC Sports will continue to meet the challenge of excellence with the most outstanding lineup in sports television. The award-winning ABC's Wide World of Sports on Saturday and Sunday. The Professional Bowlers Tour entering its 22nd year. The critically acclaimed ABC Sports Beat with Howard Cosell and more. Plus a bold new concept, the premier season of the United States Football League. We'll continue our tradition of excellence because at ABC Sports, being #1 is just the beginning.
Final moments of halftime. As you can see, the Buffalo Bills on top of the Miami Dolphins. Critical game for both of them. We'll tell you more about that a little later. I want to remind you, tomorrow on Good Morning America, 3 former football greats, Tom Harmon, Glenn Davis, Gale Sayers, will be joining David Hartman on Good Morning America. They're a part of a week-long series revisiting sports heroes of the past. Good Morning America, tomorrow morning. Once again, halftime score is 10-7 Buffalo over Miami. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by Budweiser Light. The light beer brewed with quality ingredients and Beechwood aging for a clean, distinctive taste worthy of the king of beers. And by Datsun, who invites you to test drive the exciting new Nissan Pulsar NX at your Datsun dealers. And by IBM, we're dedicated to the office, where it is now and where it will be. We'll be returning to a jam-packed Orange Bowl in just a moment after this message from our stations.
Wednesday.
You're not going to write Stephen off.
Blake won't believe the worst.
On his way to Bali, alone?
And it's the chance Alexis needs.
You mean that I will comfort you, and you will comfort me?
It's time to choose.
Can we go someplace a little more private?
On Dynasty.
Hertz announces free gifts that are worth getting, like an autographed O.J. Simpson football with only 1 rental.
Forget that sissy stuff. Rent from Hertz just once and walk away with 6 top-name golf balls.
Well, rent from Hertz just 6 times and get a 12-inch RCA TV.
Now, hold on there, O.J. Let's let the people decide. Rent from Hertz and choose from the kind of quality gifts you'd expect from #1.
I'm going to show you guys how to get a quarterback.
Outsmart him, Coach?
No, here's how to get a quarterback. You go this way, you go that way, to McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Sure, every time you buy a great tasting quarter pounder made with 100% all-American beef, you get one of these tokens worth a quarter for the next time you buy a quarter pounder with or without cheese. Now get out there and get me a quarterback.
Hi, may I help you, please?
Quarter pounder with cheese and a large Coke.
Coach says I should get a quarterback.
Actor Gary Busey speaks out tomorrow night at 7:30.
Joe Ferguson of the Buffalo Bills. They're 4-3. Miami is 5-2. For the Buffalo Bills, a win tonight, they go into the playoffs. If they lose tonight, Pittsburgh, by the way, advances through the playoffs, and Buffalo will have to sweat it out with New England at New England next Sunday. For Miami, a win tonight, a win next Sunday at Baltimore. They have home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
You've got to complicate things. I'm looking forward to Tom Harmon, Glenn Davis, Gale Sayers on Good Morning America. Touchdowns in the sky, old-timers.
Pretty good old-timers. Out of Bonita High School, Glenn Davis. When I was a little boy, I watched him. He was a 9.5 sprinter.
What a player.
Was he? In high school.
Remember the 1944 Army-Navy game? Navy with the Dick Whitmire team?
I don't go back that far.
Army winning 23-7. Davis and Blanchard running wild. Pickup gift.
Miami hits it. Von Schaman drives Robert Holt deep in the end zone. He'll remain there. Very advisedly so. So it'll be first down and 10 Buffalo at their own 20-yard line. Halftime stats for you.
Well, as you can see in total yardage, Buffalo almost double. Turnovers, Miami giving Buffalo the edge. Time of possession, Buffalo with a big edge. But the score, 10-7. Why? Rarely in a game can you pick a critical moment where a team so obviously played not to lose and therefore turn the game around in the opponent's favor, as in this game.
Buffalo scored first. They got a 63-yard touchdown run out of Joe Cribbs. They added a 33-yard field goal by Herrera. Tony Nathan got a 1-yard touchdown run after a sensational catch by Cephalo from David Woodley. So it's 10-7. First 10 Buffalo at their own 20-yard line. Leaks is taken and dragged down by Bob Baumauer. Baumauer, an unusual size for a middle nose guard. Fran, he's 6'5", 260, but he is very athletic.
He really is. Most of them are kind of short and squatty. But Baumauer just said is a big, tall guy and still handles the position very well.
He amazed Frank and me, Fran, at the Monday Night Football Superstar.
Oh, didn't he?
Great swimmer, surprisingly good runner, not even a bad golfer. He did a lot of things, Frank.
And Pro Bowler 2 out of the last 3 years. Second down and 10. Joe Cribbs following Leaks. Cribbs cuts back, works against the grain, and Miami's pursuit is there. A gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Ernie Roan, fine defensive linebacker, made the stop.
Giff, when the game started off, Buffalo was running at will, and now Miami has shut off the run as of the middle of the second quarter. They're going to have to go to the pass, and they're not quite willing to do it yet. 3rd and long is a very tough passing situation against the top pass defense in football.
You come back with the same stuff against Donsberger in the second half, you get killed.
3-man front. Now a 4-man as A.J. Dewey drops in. 3rd down, 7. And incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bramer. He would not have had the first down in any event.
Now that's the 4th time this game he didn't throw for even attempted first down yardage. How can you win that way?
Well, he threw the ball really behind him. The guy that had the one-on-one coverage in that situation was Joe Cribbs. Again, the job of the quarterback is find the guy with the single coverage. He had it with Cribbs and the linebacker. That would have been a first down.
For Miami, an opportunity for good field position. Vigorito right there, standing at his own 39-yard line. Greg Caters, we mentioned before, not a deep punter. He'll kick it high. It'll be tough to return for Vigorito. Vigorito this time had to hurry. He hung it high all right and short. Vigorito calls for the fair catch, but a flag is down back at the 18-yard line. Vigorito pulled it in at the 46. Holding. Whoa. And I'm not sure that Miami will want Buffalo to kick it again. Except they do know, as all these teams know so much about each other, that Cater is not a long kicker. That'll back them up, and I'm sure they'll take the penalty.
It looks like they will, Giff, and also he kicks the ball very high. There's a good breeze against him. The wind really affects his kicks. Miami's going to get the ball after this punt if they receive it cleanly inside the 50-yard line.
Look at that graphic. It's going to be difficult for the Bills not to shatter their season mark. They've tied their high number of penalties for the season. Here's the call.
Holding, 52. Offense, still 4th down.
Holding. And they have it backed up now to where Cater will begin his stride into the ball from the end zone. And Vigorito, meanwhile, has moved up to midfield. Capacity and, of course, the partisan crowd here at the Orange Bowl, over 75,000. Cater, there was no pressure, and Cater dropped the ball, was able to get it off. And it takes a bit of a still bounce, a lucky break that there was no containment man, and I can't believe that on a Don Shula team.
Exactly right, Giff. There should have been somebody containing here and going after this situation. Just like we see with dropping the ball, they should have tackled him right there. Then they don't feel the ball clearly. What? Two major errors.
In any event, the Miami Dolphins, trailing by 3, have the football, their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
You can protect everything but your ego, because they know how it hurts. They'll go for it again.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best. You gotta reach deep inside. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light.
The best. You found it in yourself, and now you found it in the beer you drink.
West Virginia tackles Florida State in the Gator Bowl Thursday night on ABC.
Frank Gifford with Howard Cosell, Fran Tarkenton from the Orange Bowl in Miami. 13:06 remaining in the third quarter. Miami trailing by 3, 10-7 to Buffalo. Has a 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Woodley remains the quarterback. Hands off to Franklin, and Franklin, powerhouse, is his way for 6 to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Now, Giff, here, Shuler's got a young quarterback, 3rd year David Woodley. He really has to work on the running game. He's got to get Franklin and Nathan going, the offensive line working. He cannot win with the pass, and he knows that, and that's what he went to, the run.
Wide receivers, Matt Moore in the game, split to the left, out to the right, top of your screen, Duriel Harris. 2nd down, 4. Hardy in motion. Nathan, and he just hurdles inside the 40-yard line for a Miami 1st down.
A healthy Nathan is about as big an asset as the Dolphins, in view of the quarterback play, can ask for. He is a first-rate running back, and he's got great versatility. He's excellent coming out of the backfield. You'll remember the extraordinary play with the lateral from Harris to Nathan that produced that touchdown for Miami in the classic playoff game against San Diego last year.
1st down, 10, Miami. 40-yard line of Buffalo. Piled up as Franklin. Deep penetration. Buffalo also was going to try a flea flicker on that, and they penetrated so deep he couldn't get the lateral back to Woodley, because deep downfield was Duriel Harris.
It's about time for them to go back to Woodley as a receiver, getting the ball out of the shotgun, handing off to Tony, letting him find Woodley.
Or they could use Woodley here in some kind of a rollout, a bootleg.
It was a loss of almost 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 12.
Over the center.
Woodley, Matt Moore. Very cool effort by Woodley. Matt Moore was in a crowd, and Woodley hit him right in the numbers.
Well, if Matt Moore isn't a story, Fran, I don't know who is. He's been complaining all year long at his virtual non-use. He has been a great player for 9 years for this Miami team out of the University of Florida. One of the better pass receivers in the league. Now he gets a shot, and look at him.
Credit Woodley, too. Woodley saw Romes, as you saw, fall down. He was in a tremendous rush of the Buffalo Bills, fired the ball, and right on target. 18-yard line, 1st down. Miami has never had the lead. They are threatening now, here in the 3rd quarter. Franklin, single setback. Play action by Woodley. Looking for Harris in the corner. No flag, as Romes got tied up with Duriel Harris, and they both stalled.
Here's a nice throw. You look at it yourself. Duriel Harris faking to the inside, running back to the corner. There's Romes. And that's the penalty either on the offense or defense. I think it was defensive pass interference.
I do, too. However, in the wake of the controversy provoked in the Tampa Bay-Detroit game, I'm certain that the officials are being very cautious on calls either way at this point.
2nd down, 10. Nathan single setback. Williams pressuring, and that one almost picked off. Good position with Steve Freeman. The intended receiver, the big tight end, Bruce Hardy.
Well, old Woodley had a great pass completion to Moore, but that is one that old David shouldn't have thrown. As you watch here, they're crossing here. Bruce Hardy's going out, but sneaking on the inside with great position with Steve Freeman. He had the interception, just dropped the ball.
3rd down and 10. Figueredo comes in. They fancy him as being a better receiver out of the backfield than Nathan.
By the way, each team noticeably does not have an exceptional tight end. Both weak at that position.
3rd down and 10, 18-yard line of the Bills from the shotgun. Woodley, Figueredo was wide open and just off his fingertips. He stands only 5'10", and he just could not get up for it. And we'll see Von Schaumann.
I know that's frustrating to the Dolphins and the Shula. Watch Figueredo here. Lets Dario Harris clear out, and he comes, and nobody's there. They had a blown coverage, obviously. Woodley saw him, but didn't get the ball to him. And they have to settle for an attempted field goal.
David was under some pressure there, but a professional quarterback, you expect that ball easily.
Von Schaumann, 26, look at a 36-yard attempt. Strock, whom we'll probably see later, at quarterback, is the holder. Kuchenberg will put it in play. We've got a tied football game with 10:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 10, and we'll be returning to the Orange Bowl right after this message.
I'm finished.
Change.
I'm not finished. I'm finished.
Take out chart B.
Not finished.
Why put together your documents the hard way?
I'm finished. What?
When IBM has office systems that can revise large documents
I revised the contracts for the meeting. They're fine, and they're on their way.
and even send them across the country completely collated. Now that's a lot easier, isn't it?
Finished.
Add this.
Delete this.
I'm not finished.
Take off with the most exhilarating new car of the year, the Datsun Turbo ZX. Now available with 5-speed in 2 or 4-seater. The 5-speed Turbo ZX. This year, shift into something awesome.
Once again, the Miami Dolphins with a victory tonight, a win over a winless Baltimore next Sunday, and they will ensure home team advantage throughout the playoffs. For the Buffalo Bills, a win tonight, they move into the playoffs. A loss tonight, they'll put Pittsburgh in the playoffs, and they will have to sweat it out, as I mentioned before, at New England next Sunday. That's what's on the line.
And Giff, this win is really picking up. And Schaumann ought to be able to kick this out of the end zone.
They put a hefty foot into it. Mosley will bring it up. And he does not get through the gap. Out to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. I remind you once again, because it's going to be a beauty, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, New Year's night. Georgia is going to get it on with Penn State. Herschel Walker, of course, he's everything you've heard about or read about. He'll be there. And Joe Paterno, one of the great college football coaches, looking for his first national championship. The Sugar Bowl, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, New Year's night, right here on ABC.
Joe Paterno, not just one of the great college football coaches, one of the great coaches.
1st and 10, 23-yard line. Buffalo, they are tied now at 10. On a 1st down. Going for Butler. And overthrown, a pass that perhaps led to the middle would have produced a big gainer.
Yep, if he'd have had the ball down about 5 feet, he would have had a big completion of Butler.
I'm going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations to identify themselves.
WJLA-TV serving the district, Maryland and Virginia.
Orange Bowl in Miami, where the Buffalo Bills have not won since 1966. It's a lot of years, a jinx if you will, but keep in mind they get together every year down here. Joe Ferguson brings the Bills up, looking over a 2nd down and 10. Booker Moore now set back for the Bills, number 34. Ferguson, Lewis. Lewis looking for 1st down yardage, coming very close, a little bit short, I do believe. I hope you had a good holiday, and most of our production people have been traveling around the country, getting ready for different events, and we want to wish a speedy recovery to Deborah Chappie. She's the sister of one of our young production people, Joan Chappie. He's been hospitalized, and we understand doing better up in Greenwich, Connecticut. So our best wishes from all of us go to Deborah Champy. Close enough for a measurement. They'll bring it out. Frank Lewis, 35 years old, down in the back a little bit over the past few weeks. What a year he had a year ago. So look at the measurement. Inches short. His best year in 12 seasons a year ago.
You see who was there looking at the measurement? Good old Reggie.
Reggie's out there doing a little coaching on the field. He's letting Chuck Knox know it's about a foot to go, Chuck, and send in whatever you want to do. He sends in Curtis Brown, takes out Joe Cribb.
Third down inches, we'll have Curtis Brown and Booker Moore. Booker Moore, first-round draft pick of a year ago. Quite a story, recovering from Guillain-Barré syndrome. Nervous disorder.
Very serious thing.
And a first-round pick of a year ago out of Penn State. Didn't play at all last year. Has only carried the ball 14 times this year. But to say he's back and healthy, we're glad to see it. Third down, you saw how much. Just inches. Booker Moore. He'll get the first down. And the Bills stay alive on this drive with 10:07 remaining in the third quarter. Buffalo. They beat Kansas City and Minnesota before the strike. When they came back, they lost to Miami, Green Bay, and then Tampa Bay. You might have seen that game a week ago. They lost 24-23. They also beat Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
That was a tough loss to Tampa Bay, Frank. They had him on the hip, easy field goal position.
Less than a minute.
Unaccountably, Roosevelt Leaks fumbled.
First down and 10, 34-yard line. The Bills. Quick movement by Bob Baumauer. He's not even complaining. He was drawn off.
Trying to beat that count.
So it'll be first down and 5 as they walk it off.
Well, the Bills, for the entire year, their highest point production has been only 23 points.
Referee once again tonight, Dick Jorgensen. Tell us, Dick.
Encroachment, number 73. Defense, still first down.
At the same time, Fran, going into tonight's game, they had only allowed the opposition 97 total points.
Obviously, they've been winning with defense.
Obviously.
39-yard line, first and 5. Two tight ends in now. Buster Barnett joins Mark Bramer. Butler stood up to the top of your screen. Cribbs. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and squeezes out a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It'll be second down and 3. Kim Bocamper defensively there for Miami.
Remember the way they were busting through in the middle at the start of the game?
Second and 3.
Really closed in.
Bocamper's moved to end by Bill Arnsparger, the defensive assistant head coach of the Dolphins, was precipitated really by the acquisition of Bob Brzezinski last week. And Brzezinski, you just got to have him in there. He is terrific against the run, number 59. Second down, 3. Booker Moore. Booker Moore runs into Gordon. Larry Gordon.
If, as you talked about Brzezinski, there are 3 ex-Los Angeles Rams starting defensively tonight in this game.
That's right.
Isaiah Robertson, Simpson on the Buffalo side.
Simpson and Robinson, of course, both played for Chuck Knox when he was so successful as a head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, winning 5 Western divisions of the NFC before coming to Buffalo in '78. Loss of a yard. It's third down and 4. Whoa, we'll get a flag, I do believe, on that. Well, nope, they're saying that it was hit after the ball, and complaining vociferously is Lou Picone. Lyle Blackwood really wrapped up Picone.
Got his head taken off, and Jeff, I think that the replay would show us that he got hit early.
Did you see Chuck saying?
Yeah. Here we go. A shotgun. Ferguson's back. He gets a little pressure up the middle late, but he had plenty of time. There goes. He hit him early.
No flag. 4th down. Greg Cater to punt. Tommy Vigorito at the 20-yard line for Miami. Strictly a judgmental call on that because it was really close.
Vigorito can break one for you anytime. Slippery, elusive kid.
Cater doesn't turn over once again. Vigorito has to rush forward, collect the ball at the 31-yard line, and Miami will have good field position. Not a good kick again by Crater. 29 yards. Miami, good field position. We'll be right back.
You can't argue with success. Nissan Motor Corporation's 9.9 annual percentage rate truck financing is saving buyers money. And now we're extending 9.9. So you can still save from $900 to over $1,500 in finance charges alone on any new Datsun truck. So join the crowd while we still have trucks and you still have time. Datsun, we are driven.
Some things speak for themselves.
Friday the Go-Go's and Barry Manilow celebrate Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Just about midway in the 3rd quarter, we're tied at 10. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. And the Dolphins have possession. 1st and 10, the ball at their own 31-yard line.
And Giff, if the Dolphins are going to make their move, they better do it now. They got a pretty good gale wind behind them now, and as a quarterback, you want that wind behind you, not in your face. And he'll have it in his face in the 4th quarter.
The Dolphins stay with Woodley. Setbacks are Nathan, 22, Franklin, 37. Woodley throws it low and behind Franklin, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, David will learn to throw that pass later in his career, I'm sure. He's got a strong arm, but that kind of pass, you won't want to feather it out. Just kind of hand it to that fullback and let him run. He drilled it low and inside.
Fran, if there's one coach in football that I wouldn't dare second guess, it's Don Shula.
Then don't they know?
But you have to wonder, when is he going to put that guy in?
You wouldn't second guess it until right now.
Until now. This is the first time.
No.
2nd down and 10.
He's a patient coach.
Matt Moore came in. Ronnie Lee, he's the big blocking tight end. And they give it to Nathan. Nathan over the 35 to the 37. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from that position.
You know, I know it's frustrating for Shula. He knows what he's working with. Woodley's not working out as well as he hoped he would this year. He's got Strock coming off the bench, but as a starter, Strock hasn't done it either. He's trying to piece together the best of both of them and get one hole.
What do they call it down here? Woodstock.
That's right. Not only that, he has to shuffle 3 tight ends because he doesn't have to have the one great one.
Yeah, but does it well, though. He shuffled Hardy, Lee, and Rose a year ago to 52 receptions. Go watch it from the end zone on the 3rd down 4 with the offensive pass unit of the Dolphins on the field. Open man and underthrown. Cephalo was behind the defender, and the ball underthrown.
It really was, Jeff. It's just unfortunate. The patterns are getting open. There's Mario Clark, who broke it up on the underthrown ball. But the patterns are open. Here he is. Cephalo's going down the field. Mario, he's got him beat. Mario Clark's got to be really lucky that Woodley underthrew it, because he underthrew it badly. Gave him time to come get a hand in and knock it down. Now they've got a punt.
Tom Orris on. And Robert Hold has dropped for Buffalo. Long count, trying to draw the offsides on 4th down and 4. Orris just holds it as he gets no pressure, and then he bangs a beauty. And Hold out. I don't believe that. Muffs the ball at the 3-yard line and covered down there. Rye Hester, I believe it is.
They're going to call it a muff.
You cannot advance that ball. And they are going to mark it, I believe, at the 2-yard line on the 62-yard punt.
You're right, it's the muff rule, but I don't believe the man playing the punt.
Well, here again, the wind was a factor. It just carried the ball from about the 15-yard line, and he should have never have attempted to catch the ball, but he did. He muffed it. Miami has the ball on the 2-yard line, and awfully good position to go in and take the lead.
Tied at 10 with 6:55 remaining in the third quarter, and Oro's very heads up. Knew they were not rushing him at all. He held the ball for a couple of counts, got his men deep downfield.
And what was good, Giff, the linemen who cannot go until the ball is kicked, they stayed and did not move.
Great discipline.
Yes, very good discipline. They had looked at that in the films, had seen it. They were well drilled and coached, as Shula teams always are, and they made the play.
First down, goal to go.
Meantime, Buffalo committed an error that was incalculable.
Nathan and Franklin, and Woodley rolls right. Has to throw it away. Looking into the corner of the end zone for Joe Rose.
I think he's kidding. First down.
Well, I know you don't like the second guess on Shula.
Well, that's not a bad call. That was good defense, because you know with Woodley, if you can't throw it, you should be able to run it.
Yeah, but Giff, with that offensive line he's got, which he says is as good as the offensive line he had in the 70s, with the 2 running backs he's got, the running game is a strong part of his game. You got to go with your strength, and you got to run it right at him. I bet he'll come back and run this one.
Second down, goal to go. Franklin, end zone. Only the 4th rushing touchdown against the Buffalo Bills this season. But it was set up by great coverage and a very heads-up play by the punter, Tom Orris of Miami. And Miami, for the first time tonight, has moved out on top.
But you could see it coming. You could feel it coming. As I've said before, they had a 10-0 lead. They were driving, and suddenly they were just seeking to kick a field goal. Didn't play for a first down. Buffalo, I mean. It turned the whole game. They were playing early on not to lose.
Von Schaman for the conversion. And the Miami Dolphins take a 17-10 lead. 6:43 remaining in the third quarter. Andre Franklin, the second-year man from Nebraska, and he has added a lot of punch to the Miami running game. We'll be back.
In Television presents You Make the Call. Terry Bradshaw passes to left tackle Ray Penny for an apparent touchdown. Now, you make the call. Is it a touchdown?
Hello, I'm George Plimpton. Here's an easy question for you.
Okay, Mr. Plimpton.
Which of these home video games looks more like a real arcade game? In Television Lock and Chase from Mattel Electronics?
Gee, if people had this game at home, my arcade could be in big trouble.
Or Atari Pac-Man?
Blinky, you look pale.
If you picked in television,
you're absolutely correct.
What call did you make? Any number in the 50s, 60s, or 70s is an illegal receiver unless he first reports to the referee, who then informs the defense. As long as Ray Penny did report in, it is a touchdown.
This is the ultimate contest. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Penn State. The game for the national championship. The Sugar Bowl, New Year's night on ABC.
Orange Bowl, 75,000 plus, and they are still on their feet, applauding their Dolphins. And Uwe von Schaman will kick it off. A dangerous return to man. Mike Mosley is deep, NFL's leader through 7 games. Von Schaman will try and keep it away from Mosley. And Mosley takes it deep in the end zone, looks upfield, decides, hey, I'd better stay here. Touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, and Buffalo trails for the first time tonight.
And Joe Ferguson's got a tough situation. Miami shut off his run. They're all fired up. He's got to throw into a pretty good win now. His team is 7 down. He's not in an enviable position at all.
That's the
an
time.
understatement.
Time remaining in the third quarter, and Fran has mentioned it several times. The goalposts are fairly rocking with the wind that is moving right into Joe Ferguson's face here in the third quarter. But keep in mind, he'll be working with that wind in the fourth quarter. Joe Cribb, single setback for Buffalo. And over to the tight end is Buster Barnett. His progress is out to about the 23-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Ernie Roan collected Barnett there. Drove him back. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Joe Ferguson has avoided the interception tonight, except in one tip ball. Came into tonight. And after 7 games, only one quarterback, Jim Plunkin, had thrown more interceptions in the previous game. Ferguson with 14. Kramer in motion. Dangerous pickoff. Lyle Blackwood. Ferguson tried to get it into the big tight end. Blackwood was reading it all the way. And another turnover, and Miami has a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Buffalo. Lyle Blackwood came as a free agent last year on the recommendation of his little brother, Glenn Blackwood.
Faking a pitch, gonna bootlegging out. He had plenty of time out here. No really pressure late, but he had plenty of time, plenty of vision. Blackwood was sitting there. He didn't see him, obviously. So it's right between the 4 and the 2. All right, here's the defensive secondary. They're zoning this side of the field. Blackwood's going to slip in, reading the quarterback's eyes. Seeing the tight end come across. Plays the ball well. Good defensive play.
Miami, 7-point lead. 1st and 10, 20-yard line of Buffalo. Cephalo is right. Duriel Harris left. Franklin tries to get up the middle, moves to the outside. He'll get a yard, maybe a yard and a half out of that. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
All right, here Buffalo's defense is hanging on for their life. They got to keep their team in and try to keep the Dolphins off the board here. No easy matter.
There's Lyle Blackwood. He has been around, had great years as a starter with Baltimore. Then he went to Seattle in the expansion, Cincinnati that same year. Started actually at Denver. And he's playing along with his brother in the secondary here now with Miami. 2nd and a long 8. Tony Nathan. And Nathan inside the 15. Sprawls to just about the 8-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 3.
You know, Giff, you don't see many teams that run the old, what they used to call the Green Bay power sweep with both guards out in front of a halfback. But Miami can still do it. They got 2 guards that can run. Kuchenberg and Newman.
3rd down and 3. The Dolphins charged up. Once again, a victory tonight, a victory next Sunday, and they will enjoy the home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
They do have a way of winning, and Buffalo is not a come-from-behind team.
Franklin, and the big man just roars inside the 5, and he does get better every time you watch him.
He does. That big offensive line of Miami has taken over now. They're blowing Buffalo off the line of scrimmage. Watch the right side cave in. The Buffalo defense. Good blocking all along the right side. Blew him off the ball. Everybody. Bruce Hardy, 84. Unbelievable.
Franklin now 42 tough yards on 12 carries. He needed 111 tonight to take over the NFL rushing lead from the Jet Freeman McNeil.
Right behind the right side, Eric Lasco, Bruce Hardy, Ed Newman, the whole right side, caved in the left side of the Buffalo line. Here we go again.
1st down, goal to go.
Ed Newman, the key. Great play.
Franklin inside the 5. It'll be 2nd down, goal to go. Don Shula really works a game.
He does, doesn't he?
It's such a contrast between the total placidity, or at least it looks that way, of Tom Landry and the emotional gyrations of Don Shula.
And yet, it's not like Coyell. He's in control of himself. There's Ansbacher. The assistant coach, the defensive genius.
And he is back.
Might be time for a rollout, Jeff.
Give yourself a run-pass option when you have a quarterback like Woodley. And tried to get it into Nat Moore, and he did. And he comes down with it. Nat Moore holds on. Good defensive play there against him.
Really was. Charlie Romes made a good play. Nat Moore caught it on the rebound. Here he goes in motion. Willie's going to roll out and hit him very quickly. Trying to get a quick hit out to him. He underthrew him a little bit. Romes almost got an interception. Good catch.
Romes and Clark are excellent corners. Buffalo is very strong in those positions. Even though Woodley underthrew earlier, as Fran described it, Clark made the kind of recovery that a #1 draft choice, which he was some years back.
A pickup of 1, however, and it is still 3rd down and goal to go, and that's tough yardage against the Bills. You almost have to put it in the air. Play action. That ball is deflected by Sherman White. Intended for Tony Nathan. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see the field goal unit, I'm sure.
We give Sherman White credit. He made a good play, but he had his man wide open, Tony Nathan. He didn't. He should just loft the ball up. He had
there was no touch on the throw.
Easy touchdown there, and he just didn't get it up. He'll learn that in years to come. Shula wish he'd learned it tonight.
You may be giving him more years than he's got.
He'll be around if he can learn that touch, but it's something that has eluded him in his previous 2 years and 7 games. Every now and then he has moments of brilliance, and speaking of David Woodley, but it's that little special touch that separates the good ones from the great ones. Von Schaman. For the field goal. That flag is down.
Now Charles Romes is pointing at Bruce Hardy. Let's see what happened here. If the penalties against the Dolphins could be critical. It is.
Holding, and that will back the Dolphins up.
They like that.
Von Schaman considerably.
Not only that, but knowing Shula, he wants the 3 now desperately. This makes it more difficult, but the 3 won't make him happy. He knows 1st down at the 5. His team should have gotten in there.
Well, he had an easy touchdown. If David could just lift the ball over Sherman Williams' head, easy throw.
Holding, number 84, offense. One more try.
Bruce Hardy, one more time, but a lot further. It'll be a 31-yard effort now by Von Schaman. Schaman 11 of 16 on the year. Hit a couple of key ones. A pair of 47-yarders last week to defeat the Jets 2019. Strock, of course, is a holder. Von Schaman successful from 31 yards out. And the Dolphins take a 10-point lead with 1:46 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 20-10 over the Bills. We'll be right back.
I wasn't drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
Bring out your
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best.
The best.
Croder, huh?
You found it in yourself, and now you found it in the beer you drink.
Budweiser Light.
1:46 remaining in the 3rd quarter. From the Orange Bowl in Miami, Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Fran Tarkenton, the Buffalo Bills digging themselves a little bit of a hole. As far as the playoff picture is concerned, the Dolphins up 20-10. Uwe Von Schaman kicking with a very stiff breeze. Should have it in the end zone. Mike Mosley and Robert Holt are deep. Robert Holt, he'll bring it out. Flags are everywhere.
They are.
As Holt negotiates his way to the 18-yard line.
Why should tonight be different from any other night?
I heard an interesting theory on this, why we see so many illegal blocks. And that is because the players on the special teams, many of them are linemen, and under the new rule, they are so used to using their hands, but they can only do that on pass blocking.
Illegal use of the hands, number 51. On the receiving team, first down.
We get it again from an offensive lineman using his hands. Now, he can do that if he were pass blocking, Jim Richer from his center position, but you can't do it out here.
All right, we're going to get a look at here. They called it on Jim Richer, the center
that's it.
draft choice from North Carolina State. There he is.
Could have called it clipping.
Yep, and just knocked him down from the back.
The Bills are backed up to their 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Cribbs looking and hunting, and a swarming Miami defense that is really fired up now.
Well, that's the whole point to this game, Frank. Buffalo started quickly, 10-0. Now, 20 unanswered Miami points. The keys, Bill Arnsparger. The Miami defense closing down. Buffalo, without the quarterback strength, despite very fine wide receivers, to find another avenue of attack.
Cribbs got one. It's 2nd down and 9. Bramer in motion. Ferguson, Lewis, couple of great executions right there.
That was a major league play by Ferguson.
Yeah, we've been waiting all night for that kind of stuff.
But Lewis runs a beautiful sideline pass, basic professional pass. Ferguson throws a strike against the wind down in his own end of the field. That's a big league play by Ferguson.
50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. They'll turn it around, and then Joe Ferguson and the Bills will have the wind at their back. We're going to cover this from behind the Bills. Give you a chance to look at the pass blocking and hopefully the secondary coverage. As Cribbs got the block on the right side from Beauchart and got about 6 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And Giff, if I were Chuck Knox and the Buffalo Bills, I'd run it one more time, and that will ensure me on 3rd down. If I don't make it on 2nd, I'd have the wind at my back.
And a stiff wind it is. It will certainly help Joe Ferguson because he's going to have to put it in the air. Bramer in motion. Deflected out of the way. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. 9 seconds remain on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Time is out, and that which Francis suggested is down the drain.
Down the drain. If he incompletes 3rd down, he's got to punt the ball into the wind to give Miami field position one more time. And now he really has to throw the ball to try to pick up the 1st down.
Lou Picone checks in. 3 wide receivers now for the Bills. Jerry Butler, Picone, 89, Frank Lewis, 82. And they line it up tight now, and they shift to their formation. Dolphins showing blitz. Ferguson, he'll go down. Bocamper, or rather Baumauer. Great pressure. Doug Betters was in there forcing Ferguson out of the pocket, and Baumauer was there. There it is, the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, 20-10. Miami over the Buffalo Bills, and we'll return for the 4th quarter after this word from our local stations.
Sunday, Matt Houston fights for a heavyweight to prevent a death in the ring. Then,
my name's Bob. James Bob.
007 takes over like nobody else.
The cards say we will be lovers.
Jane Seymour and Roger Moore live and let die. Parental discretion advised.
You want a 1983 Toyota? Yes! Well, now's the time for you to make your best deal.
It's your annual Toyota Sell-A-thon.
Who wants to deal on the all-new front-wheel drive Tercel and the luxurious twin-cam Cressida? Toyota dealer.
Nobody else.
Immediate delivery in our big inventory. Hey, you need financing?
We can help. Look for this sign at participating dealers.
They'll be open late. Don't wait. See your Toyota dealer now.
The
federal government now permits all banks to pay competitive rates on money market accounts. In spite of all the advertising claims, the reason to have one is that they're federally insured. And the place to have one is Riggs. After all, who knows more about banking than Riggs?
This week's rate, 14% up to $100,000.
Greg Gator will have an opportunity as we begin the fourth quarter to kick with a very stiff breeze. He'll begin his stride in the end zone. Tommy Vigorito respectfully plays the wind, has moved back to about his own 43-yard line. There he is. And for the fourth quarter, with the Bills down 20-10, they at least will have the wind with their offensive unit. Gator off the side of his foot. Takes a Buffalo bounce and a big Buffalo bounce, trickling all the way down close to the 25-yard line. So Cater gets a whole lot out of something that was a lot less than what it looked like it was going to be. 61 yards he nets out of that end-over-end job.
All right, let's put this game in perspective in next week's too. Next week's game is important to Dallas, could be very important, because what they seek is home field advantage. Should Washington lose, a Dallas victory would give them that home field advantage for the playoffs. The Vikes clinched based on conference record despite their loss to the Jets yesterday. But the Vikes are not a team under Bud Grant to pass up the opportunity of upsetting Dallas. This game critical. Miami wanting 2 victories to get home field advantage. Buffalo with a victory could clinch.
On the first down, Woodley rolls it out. I don't know whether he just missed a handoff or it was designed play, but he gets about 7 yards out of it. I think he might have missed the handoff to Franklin.
He looked very good on that play.
He can run.
All right, smart thing. He followed the running back, too.
That's right. Total yards. Buffalo still dominating. Time of possession virtually equal. Turnovers equal. The difference, I believe, in this game, philosophy of play. I really do. Buffalo quickly ahead 10-0, going conservative, giving Miami the openings, and on Barger's defensive shutdown.
Second down 3, 32-yard line for Miami. Franklin having a big night. Getting those kind of yards. Extra effort carrying him close to a first down in the arms of Ben Williams.
I think there's an addendum needed, Frank, for the Dolphins to have the home field advantage all the way through. The Raiders would have to lose next week
to San Diego.
That's right. Now that is not improbable.
Absolutely not. What are the Chargers averaging 45 points in the last 3 games?
Yeah. Dan
Fouts is about as hot as you're ever going to see a quarterback.
That's true, but he's not going to see the 34 defense. He's going to see a 4-3. He better be ready, and that team better be ready.
First and 10, blitz on. Franklin bounces off Ben Williams, gets a couple of yards out of it.
The Raiders,
second down and 8.
The Raiders are a tough defense, however, but I don't think anybody really bothers or scares Dan Fouts. I've never seen a quarterback play any better than he's played the last few weeks.
Well, I think that's fair.
In the fourth quarter, Dolphins 20, the Bills 10. Dolphins working on the ground. Second down and 8. Nathan Kutzenberg is out front, gets a block, and Nathan turns it upfield, short of the first down by a couple. It'll be third down and 2. Ben Hassett defensively, along with Bill Simpson in there to make the stop.
Again, this is the time of the game when you have a 10-point lead. The cream really comes to the top, because if you can run the ball in this situation, you can win football games. If you can't, you lose them. The Miami has already had 1 first down rushing. They're close to a 2nd first down rushing. As you see Nathan get tackled by Isaiah Robertson and Haslett and Simpson. And then we have a little extracurricular activity going on there.
They've marked the ball inside the 43, so it's going to be a long 2. 3rd down. Woodley rolling out, and he will not pick it up. Good defensive play. Great defensive play, by the way, from the cornerback Mario Clark, who just pursued that and brought down Woodley.
That's the guy I was talking about, a first-round draft choice 9 long years ago. Consistently good player. And there you saw him.
But you've got to look at Tony Nathan's block. It looks like Tony Nathan made little or no effort to block him. Major error by Nathan. Good play by Mario Clark.
Holt has dropped on 4th down. Orris now kicking against the wind. Holt, I think, a little too respectful. He's all the way back to his 10-yard line.
I think you're right.
Now he takes it to 15. Dodges one Dolphin. And brings it back out over the 20-yard line, up close to the 23. So Buffalo now, here in the 4th quarter, will be working with the wind, and they are trailing the Miami Dolphins by 10. We'll be right back.
Hi, Gene. How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the weather? How about those Yankees? I just got the proposal. I think the perfect way to proceed at this point, 10:30 a.m., would be for me to have my assistant duplicate it, collate it, translate it, telegraph it, reciprocate it, reiterate it, and expurgate it. Then I think with all due haste, my assistant should tabulate it, word process it, index it, file it, cross-reference it, computerize it, and make sure that every man, woman, and child in the United States gets a copy. After that, I think we should run with it, move forward with it, make the big move with it, hit the streets with it, put everything we've got into it.
Federal Express now schedules delivery by 10:30 a.m.
Same tune with it, march down the same street with it, make sure that we're all in the same
It's
boat.
incredible what you can do with that much extra
Then I'll have my
time.
assistant translate it into French, German, Spanish, Italian, Norwegian, Finnish, Swedish, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Hungarian, Swiss, German, Chinese, Swahili.
You know, the records show that race car driving is actually safer than driving on the streets. The drivers here are professionals, and you know what to expect. Still, I wouldn't dream of turning a lap without belting myself. Now for the tricky part. Drive home. First thing I do is buckle up. If you don't belt yourself, you're just kidding yourself.
This message is brought to you by Nissan Motor Corporation and your Datsun dealer.
11 minutes remain from the Orange Bowl in Miami regulation play. The Bills have the football. First down, 10, just out over their 23-yard line. Frank Lewis, top of your screen. Jerry Butler split to the left. Bramer in motion. Joe Cribbs. That's the play. They broke for 63 yards and a touchdown in their first offensive play of the game. And this time it picks up a quick 8 yards.
They got 8 yards, but in all fairness, to the running game at this point, I would have 3 wide receivers in and be chunking it. But they've got 2 wide receivers, their tight end Mark Bramer. Maybe they think they can run up and down the field on the Dolphin defense, but I don't think they can.
It's interesting, Cribbs is not being used this season as he was a year ago as a receiver when he caught, I don't know, something like 50 passes last year. There's Cribbs getting the first down, now close to the 35, but Cribbs came into tonight's game having only caught 7 footballs, and a year ago, what did he have? I think about 50 of them.
He was tremendous as a receiver last year. Particularly noteworthy in that playoff game where they beat the Jets, if you remember.
Also had well over 1,000 yards rushing, but when you got a Cribbs, you get the ball to him.
You're right.
First and 10.
Watch out.
Popped it up, and now there's a scramble for it. Ball came out of the pile, and it's still loose. And the Dolphins are going to come up with the football. It was the little Blackwood, Glenn Blackwood, the little brother. It was Brzezinski who jarred the ball loose on the blitz from Ferguson.
He blindsided him.
Well, nobody fakes the Cribbs. Nobody touches Brzezinski on the left side. There he comes. Nothing Ferguson could do. Now they kick it all over the lot. You see number 70, Joe Devlin, has a chance to make a big recovery, but he doesn't. And there goes Blackwood in, tucks it into his stomach, and the Dolphins are in pretty good shape.
First down, goal to go, 6-yard line. They have a 10-point lead. 9:32 remaining in the game.
Well, with all the Bs, Brodzinski and Beaucamper and the two Blackwoods and the other Bs, the Baumhauer, here in Miami territory, they've called them the Killer Bees. Great creativity.
3 tight ends, Hardy, Lee, and Rose. Nathan and Franklin, the setbacks. This is the big man, Franklin. He is hammered right at the line of scrimmage. Ken Johnson is in on the 4-man front for the Bills. Big number 91. He was at the bottom of that pile. Dolphins looking for a win tonight, a win next week. They're looking for a Charger victory over the Raiders next Sunday, and that would give Miami home field advantage right through the playoffs.
If all points count, but a touchdown is very important to Miami here. It would kind of put them out of range of the Bills and give them over 2 touchdowns to catch up, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They have to kick a field goal. That only a 13-point lead. The Bills should get back in it.
Bills have only been able to negotiate 1 touchdown. They did it on their very first offensive play. That's it. Franklin, touchdown Miami. Big gaping hole left side. Kuchenberg and Stevenson must have been doing this thing again. Andre Franklin.
Well, there you go. They blew it open up the middle. Let's watch it. Dwight Stevenson blocks to his left.
There it is.
There's a trap by Kuchenberg. Oh, my goodness. He knocked Merlis right to the ground. Opened up a cavernous hole. And Kuchenberg's been doing that for a lot of years, as well as anybody that's played this game.
I'll tell you what they call it now. They used to call it a fold block. You take the center, cross him in front of Kuchenberg, and then he traps the man over the center, and it was beautifully executed.
Well, the development of Stevenson, 3rd-year man from Alabama, a key to the development of that offensive line.
Von Chaman conversion. Scott gets it down, and the Dolphins taking a 17-point lead with 8:58 remaining in the game. You're getting better, young fella. You're going to be around a long time. We'll be right back.
Some things speak for themselves.
Come on, you guys. Hands up. Defense.
It's your broker from Dean Witter.
I want to see you hustle.
Some people just aren't easy to please, especially when it comes to their investments.
Joe, did we do it?
You look like you just heard from Dean Witter.
At Dean Witter, we can give even the hard-to-please investor something to smile about.
Okay, let's see that defense.
You look like you just heard from Dean Witter.
This is the ultimate contest. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Penn State. The game for the national championship. The Sugar Bowl, New Year's night on ABC.
The Goodyear blimp, blimping around high overhead on a beautiful night for football here in Miami. And it really has been a gorgeous day. And it's looking better than ever for the locals.
Yeah, the Bills don't think it's too pretty here tonight, I don't think.
They haven't for about 17 years.
Headed
Von
to their...
Chaman to kick off. Here's Mosley. Watch out. He's the best in the league after 7 games. And Mosley out over the 40-yard line. Good move. He got right into the wedge, broke it to the outside. And Buffalo has good field position. It was William Judson defensively there for Miami. 31-yard return, which is just about what Mosley has been averaging through this young season.
But with 8:45 to play and the clock counting, they're down 17 points. We look at the Lonely Warrior, reported to his clubhouse, sat there on the stool when the strike began. He was visibly and violently anti-strike. But that, I suppose, is history.
43-yard line, first down Buffalo. Ferguson fires it over the middle, and it's complete to the tight end, Mark Bramer. Gain of about 5 is all. Second down and 5.
Giff, if Miami holds on to win, that'd be 14 straight in this stadium against Buffalo. Do you know the team that held the record? The record is still 14. They tied the record. And that was Denver playing against the old Dallas Texans and Kansas City Chiefs. They lost 14 times in their home field.
I'll bet you Howard knew, though.
I know Howard. That's why I didn't ask him.
Second and 5.
Back to Jack Faulkner's days.
This is Booker Moore, and Booker Moore gets inside the 45 for a Buffalo first down.
Well,
Glenn Blackwood defensively for Miami.
This is what you keep seeing in this league these days. They're giving them the short stuff. And what is the worst one-loss record ever to qualify for NFL or AFL playoffs? I'll let you handle that talk.
I know it. I was going to let you go ahead and take a stab at it. I know it, too.
First down and 2. Ferguson, Lewis, Frank Lewis. First down inside the 20-yard line. 35-year-old Frank Lewis trying to keep Buffalo in it.
And if you wonder where this offense has been all night for Buffalo, you're not alone. I do, too.
That's because of what I said.
Yep, they're opening it up, and
they're
there's Lewis.
giving them what they think is the short yardage. I saw the Giants lose that way yesterday when St. Louis had less than a minute to play, and the Giants had just sacked the kid quarterback Lomax twice in the previous series. I saw the Jets lose to Miami that way last week. I don't understand it.
First down, 18-yard line of Miami. The Bills down by 17, trying to get back in it. Mosley in motion. Ferguson looking in the corner. Intended for Lewis and just off his fingertips. It'll be second down 10.
All right, now, Howard, please give us the answer to this question, because Giff and I know this.
You know, I really don't know. I knew and I forgot.
I know.
You know what Rhett said to Scarlett, don't you?
No, but tell me. I know you are.
Okay, the Houston Oilers.
What was their record, though?
Well, that
Frankly, Frank.
I don't say it.
Now, Howard would admit that to all of our fans out there in the world. He got a cheat sheet on that. Somebody put it in front of his face here.
Second down 10. Lewis and Butler both top of your screen. And firing the shot into Butler. Ferguson under great pressure. Nobody touched Brzezinski, and he ran right into Ferguson's face.
Nobody touched him the last time either when he caused the fumble.
Short of the first down, so it'll be third down and a long 3. Ball right at the 11-yard line.
I think it's now guaranteed that for the first time in the history of the NFL, a team with a losing record will make the playoffs.
It's going to happen in the NFC no matter what.
Third down, long 3. Ferguson back across the field. Joe Cribbs. His problem is a first down.
He didn't get
held short of it by about a yard. Doug Betters wrestling Ferguson to the ground. And it'll be a little more than a yard to go for the first down, and it will be fourth down.
Did Chuck call for a timeout?
He did. He did. They're going to think this thing over.
6:11 to go.
Well, he could be thinking overtime. They are down by 17. Perhaps need the field goal somewhere along the line.
If he's calling timeout, but the Bills have waited about 30 seconds before they called it on the field.
Sure did. They let the seconds tick off. 6:11 remaining in the game. Ferguson moves over to talk it over with Chuck Knox, and we'll be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment.
When a business grows, it often grows out of control. Simple procedures become gigantic problems. Things like billing, filing, and shipping become too big to handle the old way. Why not get one of IBM's low-cost small computers like DataMaster? It puts you back in control, and it can grow.
Here's to a great future.
As your business grows.
Competing with the quiet company gets tougher every year.
Last year, they introduced a term policy with level premiums that builds cash value.
This year, Northwestern permanent policy owners can increase their dividends.
Some up to 40%.
Update 83. Higher dividends that quietly improve our life insurance value. Another leadership innovation from Northwestern Mutual Life, the Quiet Company.
They're a tough act to follow.
Well, we'll get them next year.
We say that every year.
4th down, 1 to go. Joe Ferguson back in the lineup. The Buffalo Bills trailing by 17, 6:11 remaining in the game. Will go on 4th down. Just about a yard for the first.
Yep.
Booker Moore stays in as the big setback for the Bills if they keep it on the ground. Cribbs out of the eye. Most effective, perhaps, of the rushes.
Not going to do it.
Not tonight. Surging Miami defense, reading it all the way. Brzezinski was out there. Glenn Blackwood, Lyle Blackwood. No chance at all for Joe Cribbs. And
look at Arnsparger.
Is a loss of about 4, and you better believe that Arnsparger read that during that timeout. He probably told him what was coming.
You know, no matter how long you've been around, Jeff, there's a veteran coach of many years. You still get excited when your defense does it like you told them to.
They do believe in him so much here.
Yes, they do.
He gets the print out, the frequency. He breaks it down. He makes all the substitutions, bringing in the special units. Man is brilliant. He really is.
I tell you, Buffalo has helped those geniuses tonight. One with the turnover on their last series when Miami scored at 7, and one with the mistaken take-in of a punt.
Yeah. Miami can now think about working on the ticker. Franklin, of course, the big man there, and for Joe Ferguson, not a happy night. There have been so many bad moments for Ferguson here in the Orange Bowl. He obviously has never won here.
He's having a tough year.
He really is.
An atypical year. When you remember that lad's courage against San Diego when he played hurt until finally had to go out, and the magnificence of his performance. Not this year.
Franklin got 2, 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line of Miami. Tony Nathan. Put it away, Tony. And Nathan very close to a first down. And for a running back at this point in a football game, you better tuck it up because the first man's going to try to make the tackle. The second man's going to go for that ball. Nathan gets the first down. 29-yard line. Once again, next Monday night, we close out our regular season up in Minnesota with the Dallas Cowboys and Minnesota Vikings.
And it'll be the warmest game you guys have ever covered in Minnesota, because you will be indoors.
It's a little drafty in the Metrodome. But not for Ken Herbert.
First down. Franklin powering straight ahead. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Reminder tonight, Nightline focuses on business bankruptcies, which are at their highest level since the Depression, and how one company is being accused of using the bankruptcy law to avoid paying claims. That's tonight on Nightline after your local news.
In the meantime, with this game wrapped up for the Dolphins, the Pittsburgh Steelers will have clinched a playoff berth, and the Bills will not be out of it. They play New England next week.
They'll need help.
Well, they're bringing their own snowplow.
On to Foxborough.
They mark that at the 31-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 8. 4:35 remaining in the game. Nathan. Isaiah Robertson there first defensively for Buffalo. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Seconds ticking off, heading towards 4 minutes.
You look at the bench of the Buffalo Bills, reminds you of what Bud Grant once said, it's a wonderful profession to be in if you win. And Santa Claus is even here a few days after Christmas.
Yeah, one of the problems the Bills have had during the strike, they were one of the few teams that really did not work out hardly at all.
That's what they attribute Ferguson's off year to. The fact that he took it all very personally and, like Kuchenberg, was violently anti-strike.
On 3rd and 7. Franklin just clutching the football, watching the seconds tick off the clock, and out comes the punting unit.
Well, 3:30 left and counting down, Giff. They spent a week in Vero Beach acclimatizing themselves for this one. Maybe that was a mistake.
It's not easy to live on the road and be away from your family over the holiday season, and I always thought it was better if you could stay home and work out there. Their weather prohibited them from doing that.
Robert Holt is dropped for Buffalo. They're down by 17, ticking down to 3 minutes. They'll snap the ball as close to the 30-second clock as they can. Oros, end over end. Flag is down as Oros again gets a Miami bounce, and this time it's inside the 25. Again, the flag is down.
But Howard, you use all the excuses you want. The people that have the biggest excuse are the Los Angeles Raiders. They don't even have a home field. They work out up in Oakland. They come down, play their home games in Los Angeles. They're all over the world, and yet they continue to win. Only lost once this year.
I'll give them credit.
Yes, sir. They don't use any excuses. They just play.
There again, an illegal block by the punt return team.
They gave us the comeback of the year, down 24-0 to the Chargers, a great football team.
And, of course, they'll get it on next Sunday.
Illegal use of the hands, number 27, receiving team, first down.
Chris Williams, illegal use of the hands, and Buffalo already deep in a hole here in the Orange Bowl, are backed up to their own 16-yard line. We'll be right back.
You need this mileage. You need it now.
What a number!
New Nissan Sentra. You need this car.
Room for 5.
You need this power.
I need it.
You need this room. You need the price. You need it.
I need it.
New Nissan Sentra. That's all. We are driven.
Some things speak for themselves.
Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, pretty much wrapped up for the Miami Dolphins. Their record will go to 6-2. They will try and beat Baltimore next Sunday and hope that San Diego can knock off the Raiders, and then the Dolphins will be at home throughout the playoffs for as long as they last. Ferguson, 1st and 10 from his own 16. That's right. He will now be at his own 8. Tim Bocamper for the Dolphins, along with Doug Betters. And for Buffalo, as we have mentioned, they will close out their season still alive mathematically against New England, at New England.
If I were Buffalo this time, Giff, I'd be concerned about nobody getting hurt and being healthy and ready to play next week against New England, because this game is history.
Ball marked at the 8-yard line. 2nd down, 18. Dolphins in their pass prevent defense. 4-man front, 6 men in the secondary. Ferguson, Cribbs, and Cribbs is hit instantly by Kozlowski.
Well, they went to Cribbs.
They finally did with 2 minutes left.
And there's the 2-minute warning. Unless Buffalo tried to call timeout before the 2-minute warning, but the scoreboard clock indicates 2 minutes. 2-minute warning here in the Orange Bowl. History. Bills will lose once again here in the Orange Bowl. They haven't won since '66. We'll be right back.
It's ingenious, genuine Bell.
It's the bell remembering numbers, the future in your home. It's a bell for having fun with from the folks who built the phone. It's a bell that's so easy. It's a bell that lights the way. It's smarter and it's better. It's the bell that makes you say,
It's ingenious,
terrific.
It's genuine Bell. It's ingenious, genuine Bell.
It's a bell that makes life easy every single day. It's a bell you can count on in so many ways. Every system we're designing, every product that we do, the better ways we're finding to connect the world to you.
It's ingenious.
Hi, Ed.
It's genuine Bell. It's ingenious, genuine Bell. It's ingenious. It's genuine Bell. It's ingenious, genuine Bell.
It's at your Bell Phone Center.
Well, our poor man's Willie Nelson not with us tonight. He'll be up in Minnesota, Fred. That reference to Don's little song that he likes to produce for us on occasion. He would have had it out a long time ago, I can tell you that.
Would he ever?
3rd down and 11 as the Buffalo Bills come up in their shotgun formation. Ball just inside their own 15-yard line. Ferguson trying to get it into Jerry Butler, incomplete.
All right, Giffen Howard, this telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. And Giff, explain something to me, as we say down in South Georgia. Why wouldn't Buffalo at this point take out Cribbs and Ferguson and the players they depend on to win? This game is lost. Now they risk injury.
Why ask a logical question?
That's why I asked Giff a logical one. I was going to ask you another one.
Well, I suppose you never think it's truly over. 4th down and 11 from the shotgun. 1:55 remaining. Lou Picone toward the 1st down, and Miami will have the football at the 24-yard line. Mike Kozlowski was there defensively, and credit a superb effort once again to the Miami's defense, the Miami Dolphins defense. They made the adjustment. The Bills were running on them well in the first half. They began to put the screws down tighter and tighter, and the Bills have been just absolutely ineffectual here in the second half.
Well, they proved masterful at shooting for less than 1st down yardage with their key passes.
Well, what you're saying is
they had a professional football player take a punt within 4 yards of the end zone, a booming punt that was obviously going in. He got hit immediately, gave up the football. That led to a touchdown. They had another turnover that led to another touchdown. They were a descending ball club from the middle of the 2nd quarter on.
Rich Diana, number 33, the rookie from Yale. Eddie Hill, number 31. Those are your setbacks for the Dolphins. This is Diana. Well, Howard had all kinds of rushing records up at Yale.
Well, Howard, what advice would you give your good friend, Coach Chuck Knox, now as he goes back to Buffalo?
Take a good hard look at himself. Where he's at, where his team is at.
Bills have called timeout. They have 1 remaining.
Talk to Ralph Wilson. Discuss possible sale of the club to Gifford.
Oh, well, you'd be my first head coach. This ABC Sports exclusive has been brought to you by Datsun, who invites you to test drive the exciting new Nissan Pulsar NX at your Datsun dealers, and by Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis Brewers of Michelob. Some things speak for themselves. Michelob. Most of the fans have already left the Orange Bowl. And of course, we'll be looking forward to a pair of games next week as we look at the forlorn Picture of Will Grant, the fine center for the Buffalo Bills. Short season, nevertheless it hurts.
Yeah,
For Joe Ferguson, another tough night. Executive producer of ABC Sports is Roone Arledge. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, produced by Bob Goodrich, directed by Chet Forty. Technical director, Joe Chavo. Associate director, Jack Graham. Technical manager, Coach Coltrane. Unit manager, Erman Norris. Telecommunications manager, Frank Adamo. Assistant studio producer, John McGinnis and Kim Belton. Second down and 9. The ball goes once again to Rich Diana. Rich Diana. Not too speedy, about 4-7. That's the final timeout for Buffalo. But talking about Rich Diana, I think, Howard, you know quite a bit about him. He was averaging 187 yards per game last year. Didn't slow, perhaps, but Don Shula wanted to take a look at him, so he picked him up in the draft. Got him in the 5th round. We'll thank our statistician, Peter Rucco. Busy hands tonight. Graphics, Steve Hurt, bringing you a lot of that information you've been able to pick up on your screen tonight. Our spotter, of course, Steve Vizika. Don Shula going all the way tonight with David Woodley.
And I know that pleases his old shoes to be able to stick with his quarterback the entire way. It's what he would like to do. He'd like for Woodley to take over this team and be the quarterback of the present and the future and keep old Strzok on the bench.
You get pretty good at analysis of quarterbacks, Fran. What's his prospects? He's going to have to develop a touch better than he's got.
Well, the tough thing for Woodley is he's had to come to a contending football team as a young quarterback. He hasn't had a chance to mature and develop. His teammates expect to win right now, and he's just not mature enough as a quarterback to help them that much. Very frustrating in trying to grow up in that situation. He is going to have to develop a touch. He's got good athletic ability, but he doesn't throw the ball well enough with touch to play consistently well in this league.
27-10. Miami over the Bills. The Bills can no longer stop it. 1:31 remaining in the game. 3rd down and 2. A first down, and that will be the ball game. And Diana will get it. Diana inside the 10-yard line. 5'9", 220-pound, record-shattering running back from Yale.
You think my Yaleys can't play, huh?
I've always had great respect for them.
Number 2 draft choice of Dallas, linebacker Jeff Rora. Kid's got a real future. This kid gets opportunity. You'll see him bulldog his way through the league in the manner of Gary Fenton. And Spagnuolo did not show poorly yesterday against Dallas. Rather, he showed brilliantly. If they come from Yale, Frank.
Well, there are other schools up there, too.
I've never heard Howard mention one.
Woodley drops on first down. Seconds will tick off. They'll need to do it one more time.
I think Buffalo still wants to call timeout. Wait a minute, we got a flag in the end zone for something.
They had no timeouts. There is a flag down.
What is going on?
I don't know. They're out there arguing. They're behind 27-10, 30 seconds left.
Illegal procedure. They argued correctly. Chuck Knox shaking his head.
Not an easy thing for Chuckaroo to take. He has been and is a great and respected.
Chuckaroo. Wait a
Chuckaroo.
Pardon me.
Dandaroo.
Donaroo. Giffaroo.
Illegal formation. And Simpson, the complaining Buffalo Bill, got the flag.
I'll have everybody in this booth crazy quitting out these 30 seconds.
Giff, we haven't heard about Joe E. Cribbs, though, have we? Been Joe Cribbs all night. No Joe E. Cribbs.
They did not hear enough of him tonight. Not a Joe Cribbs. They're getting the football as often as possible. Diana. You might be right, Coach.
You know, huh?
Diana carries the ball for enough time to run out the clock.
I think they're overemphasizing athletics up in the Ivy League, Howard. Too much football again.
No, it's the music of Cole Porter, the Boo song.
Buffalo goes to 4-4. The Miami Dolphins to 6-2. Buffalo will be at New England next Sunday. Could be desperate time for them, as well as New England. Miami, however, will be at Baltimore. A victory there, and they'll be looking for a loss. The Raiders to the Chargers, and they'll have the home field. We'll be back with final word.
You can't argue with success. Nissan Motor Corporation's 9.9 annual percentage rate truck financing is saving buyers money. And now we're extending 9.9. So you can still save from $900 to over $1,500 in finance charges alone on any new Datsun truck. So join the crowd while we still have trucks and you still have time.
Datsun, we are driven.
From backyard rocketry to space exploration. From horse-drawn trolleys to computer-run trains. Ideas that made America grow and made millionaires out of many who risked investing in them. At First Jersey Securities, we believe such investment opportunities still exist, if you know where to look for them. We do. We specialize in discovering America's emerging growth companies for today's investors with vision. First Jersey Securities. Come grow with us.
Once again, the Miami Dolphins have defeated the Buffalo Bills 27-10. Remember, your ABC News Nightline after your local news. 11:30 on the West Coast over most of these ABC stations. Our blip provided by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television. We'll see you next Monday night from Minnesota with the Cowboys.